हेलो भाई लोग, कैसे हो तुम सभी लोग। हम लोग वापस से आ चुके हैं अपनी एक और क्लैश ऑफ क्लैंस की लाइव स्ट्रीम को लेके। एंड आज अभी इसी क्षण से हम लोग वापस से पुराने दिनों की तरह रेगुलर हो चुके हैं अपनी लाइव्स के लिए। ओके, पहले कुछ फंडा हो गया था, अब सब कुछ क्लियर हो चुका है और अब से हम लोग वापस वही अपने पुराने रेगुलर टाइम पर लाइव करने वाले दोस्तों। एक सेकंड रुको ज़रा, अपनी स्ट्रीम की सेटिंग सही कर लेता हूँ ना। क्या है इधर? सेव एंड बहुत जल्दी एक गोल्ड पास गिव अवे करते हैं। चलो, बहुत दिनों से गिव अवे नहीं हुआ है। ठीक है, बहुत जल्द एक गोल्ड पास गिव अवे। 189 का आ रहा है सिर्फ गोल्ड पास, ओनली 189। सो मेरे ख्याल से मैं तो कर ही सकते हैं आराम से। क्लैन भी देखना, अभी मैं विजिट कर दूंगा, डोंट वरी। बस विजिट के लिए हल्का टाइम लगेगा। अनीश भाई कैसे हो? विजिट करने के लिए बस 5 मिनट, 2 मिनट रुको, 2 मिनट, ठीक है, 2 मिनट चाहिए विजिट के लिए, क्योंकि मैं अपनी स्ट्रीम की सेटिंग से कंप्लीट कर रहा हूँ, ठीक है ना। बाकी बातें तो मैं कर सकता हूँ अभी। और मेरे सर में भी हल्का हल्का दर्द हो रहा है, सो हु नोज। हेलो सर पीका भाई, हाउ आर यू? ब्रो, व्हाई आर यू स्पैमिंग योर टैग अगेन एंड अगेन? बस एक बार अपना टैग डाल दो भाई, एक बार ही में पहुंच जा रहा है टैग। यार ये क्या लैपटॉप है भाई। नो स्पैम, ओके, नाउ इट्स ऑल गुड। वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप भी लाइव आने वाला है यार, बेकार टाइम है। सॉरी, ओके। मेरा बेस फोड़ के दिखा। फोड़ूंगा तो क्या करेगा बता? फिर फोड़ूंगा यार, ऐसे फोड़ने में मजा नहीं आएगा। ऐसे फोड़ूंगा वो हो जाएगा नॉर्मल। तू बता, अगर फोड़ूंगा तो कुछ करेगा क्या? सुपर चैट करेगा? सुपर चैट बता, सुपर चैट या फिर पेटीएम करेगा? पेटीएम तो फोड़ूंगा, नहीं तो नहीं फोड़ूंगा। हाँ वो आ जाएगा, उसने बोल दिया भाई, उसने खुद ही बोल दिया आ जाएगा, तो वो आ ही जाएगा। मैं फोर्स थोड़ी कर सकता हूँ किसी को खेलने के लिए। हाँ करूँगा, चल आ जा। लाओ मुझे क्लैन का टैग दो। इस बार यार मैं टाउन कप नहीं खेल पा रहा यार, मेरी आईडी ना इस मंथ के लिए बैन है यार, तो मैं इस बार टाउन कप नहीं खेल पा रहा। मैं थोड़ा बहुत उदास हूँ उसकी वजह से। मेरी पूरी टीम खेल रही है पर मैं नहीं खेल पा रहा हूँ। क्यों भूल गया हो इसलिए? नहीं 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 भूलेगा वो। नी फोड़ परमानेंट मोड है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। हेलो राइजर भाई, कैसे हो? यार मैं 15 से नहीं खेल पा रहा हूँ, मैं भी नहीं खेल पा रहा। क्यों राइजर भाई, तू क्यों नहीं खेल पा रहा यार? अरे भाई मैं तो अपने 18 का ना क्लैन रजिस्टर करके आईडी भूल गया क्लैन की। क्लैन डिलीट हो गया, तो मेरा तो हो ही नहीं सकता अब। वीजे बिजी, ओके बिजी। GQ8 हम लोग नेक्स्ट मंथ खेलेंगे टाउन हॉल कप। मेरी जो लाइनअप थी वो जा चुकी है, मुझे अब न्यू लाइनअप ढूंढनी पड़ेगी। अब मुझे अपने 2 बंदे और चाहिए टाउन 15 के अच्छे अच्छे से। तो तुम में से किसी को खेलना होता है? यही रहा, और से यार नहीं ये नहीं है, ये नहीं है। राइजर भाई है वो। TH कप के लिए कुछ टिप्स दे दो। तुम खेल रहे हो क्या वेब इंसान भाई? अरे देखो, TH कप के लिए ये टिप है कि लेट वॉल लगाओगे और बाय एनी चांस ऊपर का क्लैन के वॉल लग गई और जीत गए तो बहुत पॉइंट मिलेंगे, ठीक है ना। ये एक टिप है, ठीक है। और तो कुछ टिप है नहीं ऐसे। 2 स्टार हाई परसेंट भी मारोगे TH15 में हो सकता है आराम से। सर पी को पेंसिल है क्या? सर पी के नाम से पेंसिल है कोई? उसने मेरी PF पे आ रही है, पता नहीं क्यों। पेंसिल तो नहीं है वो शायद से। बाकी किंग अनीश भाई किसी तो रशियन क्लैन के मेंबर हैं और उनके 2 2 4 5 वॉर स्टार्स है। हीरोज देखे तो हीरोज, मैं अपनी क्वीन को थोड़ा बहुत ज़्यादा भाई ने प्रेफरेंस दिए, मेरे ख्याल से अपना ड्रैगन ड्यूक एंड वार्डन को भी थोड़ा बहुत अपग्रेड करना चाहिए। पेट्स मेरे ख्याल से आपने मैक्स करे, वो तू है, हाँ वो मैं हूँ। मैं फेस कैम दिखाऊंगा। मेरे ख्याल से कि गार्डियन सारे मैक्स हो चुके हैं, बस अपना जो स्मैश है वो बचा है। 2 लाइन आराम से मैक्स कर, मुझे विजिट नहीं किया। एक बार वापस टैग डाल दो। किंग क्वीन मिनीपेंस वार्डन आरसी और ड्रैगन ड्यूक का जो स्किन है मेरे ख्याल से वो बेस्ट है। विजिट मारते हैं बेस को, वो मेरा ही पीछे का ग्रीन स्क्रीन है। बाकी अगर हम लोग इस वाले बेस की डेकोरेशंस की तरफ बात करेंगे तो क्योंकि सिर्फ डेकोरेशंस ही कुछ ज़्यादा उभर के आ रही है बाहर, और मेरे ख्याल से डेकोरेशन मैं भूल चुका हूँ तेरा। मैं याद दिलाऊंगा, रुको ज़रा मुझे बाल सूतने दो। मेरे बाल ही नहीं, मैं सूतूंगा क्या अपने बालों को? व्हाट इज़ दिस बिहेवियर? तुम लोग जानबूझ के करोगे? रुको मैं जरा अपने बालों को ना, अरे भैंस कैसे करता फिर अजीब सा लगता है। यस बोलो प्रिंस भाई। भाई टाउन कप में कोई दिक्कत आ रही मेरे को बता देना, ठीक है? मान लो कोई ओपोनेंट तुम्हारे मतलब हाई टीएच का सामान यूज़ कर रहा है ना, तो मेरे को बता देना। विक्ट्री क्लेम भी कराना आती है मुझे, तुमको भी आ जाएगी रजिस्टर करोगे तो। ऐसे कहा है भाई कैमरा, मैंने नया चश्मा लिया भाई 3000 रुपये का। ये भी देखो भाई, फ्रेमलेस मस्त लग रहा है ना। दाढ़ी में कटाऊंगा कल, सोच रहा हूँ, बहुत दिन हो गए, कुछ करा नहीं है शक्ल पे। विजिट भी कर दे, नंबर 1 सपोर्टर बैज है मेरे पास, वो 2 है शायद से। डब्ल्यू अकाउंट मेरे ख्याल से अकाउंट रेटिंग होगी 9। अपने हीरोज मैक्स नहीं है, हीरोज करो रश हो रखे वो। सर पी को प्लीज़ मुझे क्या आप इनवाइट कर सकते हो अपने क्लैन में फॉर FC। TH14 एक प्यारा सा अटैक मार के दिखाओ प्लीज़ TH15 को ओनली, बस 14 नहीं है मेरे पास, पर मैं अबे 13 भी है मेरे पास तो भी यार। मेरी TH13 की वीडियो देख लो, सेम अटैक कॉपी मार देना, हो जाएगा सेम अटैक, सब कुछ सेम करना, सब कुछ सेम, ठीक है? आर वाई अपने टैग दो ना एक बार प्लीज़। GV है, सॉरी PPCVJRR, ओके। तो ब्लैक फ्यूरी भाई अपने को लीडर है इंडियन बॉयज़ के, 372 वॉर स्टार्स है। हीरोज यार आपके मैक्स नहीं हो रहे, हीरोज़ को मैक्स करो। पेट्स देखे तो अपने पेट्स भी आपने यार काफ़ी ज़्यादा रश करे और अनलॉक भी नहीं करे कुछ पेट्स को, तो क्लैन के क्लैन देख लेंगे। बाकी मेरे ख्याल से क्वीन का स्किन आपने बेस्ट ले रखा है। विजिट मारते हैं आपके बेस को, और बेस काफ़ी ज़्यादा रश है तो आपको इसको अपग्रेड करना चाहिए। क्या टाउन 10 का? यस, इसको मैक्स करो। आरसी चार्ज बेस्ट है। येटी ब्लिम्प, आई वांट टू रैंक पुश। आरसी चार्ज बेस्ट है आपको रैंक पुश करना है तो, और येटी ब्लिम्प अब बच्चे करते हैं। और बाकी यार क्लैन में देखे तो भाई मेरे ख्याल से काफ़ी ज़्यादा बढ़िया क्लैन है। अगर आप लोग को ज्वाइन करना है गोल्ड 2 लिख के $3 के लिए तो आप जा सकते हो। वैसे है तो अच्छे बंदे भाई, मत भरो ज़्यादा बंदे। चलो आर भाई को भी पानी चलते दोस्तों इसी बात पे, और उनका टैग है QHJQO8RYQ। राइजर भाई कॉमरेड्स नाम की क्लैन के कोरिडोर है, और 1413 वॉर स्टार है। हीरोज देखे तो किंग क्वीन और मैंने पेंस का कुछ लाल बच्चा है। मेरे ख्याल से मैंने बाकी तो हीरोज को मैच कर ही थे, क्योंकि अभी तो उसमें गोल्डन तो कुछ चमक रहा है। क्लैन अच्छी है या नहीं? क्लैन अभी इतनी अच्छी नहीं है, बट अगर रेगुलर वॉर खेलोगे और विन करोगे तो और अच्छी हो जाएगी। पेट्स मेरे ख्याल से आपके काफ़ी ज़्यादा बढ़िया। गार्डन में देखो अपने स्मैशर वाले गार्डन को आप मैक्स करो, क्योंकि वही बचा है। बाकी आपके पास पूरा सेट है मेरे ख्याल से। यस, विजिट मारते हैं बेस को। लीडर में एक टीम में के कितने मैचेस होते हैं पर डे? लैडर में भाई वो तुम्हारे ऊपर होता, तुमको एक दिन में 50 मैच 20 मैच खेलना तो तुम 20 के 20 खेल सकते हो, ठीक है? और एक और चीज़ होती है, शायद से ये चीज़ होती है, शायद से मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा है, पर शायद से ये चीज़ भी होती थी कि टोटल 20 मैचेस होते तुम्हारे लिए, और बाय एनी चांस कि तुम्हारे स्टार्टिंग के मैच बेकार गए, तुम हारे हो, और तुम आगे 20 के आगे मैच खेलोगे, तो जो पुराने मैच है वो हट जाते हैं। सबसे न्यू मैच, जो सबसे पुराने मैच है वो हट जाते हैं, न्यूएस्ट मैच काउंट हो जाता है। समझ रहे हो ना क्या कहना चाह रहा हूँ मैं TH18 कर दूँ? आप बोलो नहीं, आप मैक्स करो पहले उसको। पूरा मैक्स आउट हो रखा है अकाउंट, और वॉल्स भी हो रखे हैं, ओके। वैसे वॉल से अपग्रेड करने के लिए आऊँगा शायद से। मेरे ख्याल से 9.5 अपने हीरोज मैक्स करो, बढ़िया सीन चल रहा है। हाँ, मेरा दोस्त येटी ब्लेम मारता है, बोलता है RC4 बेकार है, बट आला RC4 तो के डैको गिव अवे कर दोगे क्या मतलब है? फैंटम तूने मेरी बात सुनी नहीं सुनी? अपना टाउन 15 का डिफेंस मैक्स कर, हीरोज को छोड़, बस हीरोज के इक्विपमेंट मैक्स कर, ठीक है। और हम लोग नेक्स्ट मंथ खेलेंगे। एक हफ्ते पहले मैक्स का न्यू लेवल ऐड कर दिया गया, मतलब है ब्रो व्हाट इज शी सेइंग, इसका गार्डियन मैक्स नहीं था, वो स्मैशर वाला। फ्री हूँ मैं अगस्त में भाई, डिफेंस मैक्स कर दो प्लीज़, ठीक है। इतना कर दूंगा कि 128 में तो हंसते हंसते पहुंच जाएंगे, हंसते हंसते, ठीक है, हंसते हंसते पहुंच जाएंगे 128 में। तो स्मैशर चॉय का क्या मतलब है, छी का क्या मतलब है, और ओके हीरोज यार बेकार हो रही है, क्या करूं, ओके। हीरो क्या, फैंटम तू ले लू क्यों बोला, आई एम फैन एंड ओके, वो दोस्त की तरह बोल रहा है। फुल फोकस ऑन डिफेंस इज यस, बस डिफेंस कर दे, बेस में कहीं से जुगाड़ कर दूंगा, बस हो जाएगा। आ रही स्पोर्ट में मैच स्ट्रीम करने गया है क्या, या फिर खेलने गया है? आज कौन सा मैच है यार, ओके मैच स्ट्रीम करने गया है। अच्छा इस बार फ्रांस जीतेगा, अरे यार अर्जेंटीना को जिताओ ना भाई प्लीज, सुको ब्रो, या फिर ब्राजील। न्यू टीएस 14 किया, ओके। अर्जेंटीना ब्राजील, लुक हु इज बैक ओए एबीडी भाई, ये देखो यार कितना मस्त है ना। पता है मैंने इसको समझने के लिए पता कि 10 मिनट लगाया वैसे यार। और प्लेट ठीक है मेरे यार, और बोला उन्हें नहीं, बहुत है 15 लोग की बार होगी भाई सिर्फ। भी जीत सकता है, यस अच्छा खेल लिया नहीं, मार का भी इसलिए अच्छा नेमार क्या रह गए, क्या बोल रहा, अच्छा हाँ नेमार बोल रहा है भाई, वो नेमार बोल रहा है, समझ गया मैं। कोलू बताओ श्योर में, जितने हायर हो सके उतने लो, और क्या है 15 की लगाओ, और जितने हाई टीएच लगा सकते हो उतने लगाओ यार, वो तो होगा ही, तो ऑब्वियस सी बात है। वैसे गोल्ड में तो भाई टीएच 13 को लेके खेलोगे जब भी प्रमोट हो जाओगे। एंड नो मैच देखेगा ना वर्ल्ड कप कौन सा वर्ल्ड कप कह रहा पहले बता, सीओसी वाला मैच स्ट्रीम करूँ क्या, तुम लोग कह रहे हो, क्या कह रहे हो, मैच स्ट्रीम करने के लिए कह रहे हो भाई, रूडी भाई की खेल रहे भाई। तुम लोग मैच कैसे देखते उधर, तो पूरा मिडनाइट होता है होगा। ओए ओए इसको पता नहीं क्या, मैं रात की 4-4 बजे तक स्ट्रीम करता था पहले। हाँ मुझे पता है इंडियन टीम का मैच है, रूडी भाई खेल रहे यार, आराम से हो जाएगा डिफेंस में, चल ठीक है। फैंटम देखते हो, मैं एक दो डेक सिखा दूंगा, ठीक है वो करियो। एबीडी में कोई एक प्लेयर मिल गया देख, फैंटम मेरी टीम से खेलेगा 4 बजे, कब नल लेगा मतलब है कभी कभार। फर्स्ट टाइम इन 4 years को इंडियन टीम टॉप 8 में आई है, ओके लेट्स गो। कब है वैसे मैच वाला, चैट मिस, अरे यार पापा लिख दो। 3:30 से स्टार्ट होता, कुछ 12:30 से, क्या प्लेटफॉर्म ही 9:30 आज ही है क्या मैच। अबे भाई मैं थंबनेल बना देता, ऑफिशियल मैच को स्ट्रीम करना है ना, कर दूंगा, मेरे को दिक्कत नहीं है, बस यार वॉइस आती है उन लोग की यार, मज़ा नहीं आता, फिर मेरे को वॉइस हटाना नहीं आता। मुझे पता है हार जाएगी, बट स्टिल व्हाट इफ दे विन। कितनी डीएच को लू सीरियल में बताओ, 15v15 करो, जितने ऊपर के डीएच आ सके उतने ऊपर के लो, बेस्ट है ये, चांस मत लो। फीफा का मतलब है, अच्छा फीफा 3:30 से होता है, कुछ 12:30 से, हाँ 12:30 से होता है वो। मुझे भी एमजे को जीतते देखना है भाई। हु वांट्स ज़ूस टू विन, मतलब है कुछ अजीब से बंदे, पर फिर दिस चानी निमगा आई शुड लूज, ओके जूस तो क्या हो गया, रूसे लेने चाहिए सीएम में, रूसे का क्या मतलब है भाई, किस टीम को सपोर्ट है? फीफा में कह रहे हो? अर्जेंटीना, ब्राजील, चाइनीज कर देंगे, जूजू जा कर देंगे, जूस का वही तो भाई, गूगू का कर देंगे भाई। हु केयर्स कि वो जूस है। वी हैव एमजी और 2 प्लेयर खेल रहे हैं इंडिया के उसमें, ओमकार एंड रूडी। रूस से टीएच लेने चाहिए। रूसी का क्या मतलब है? नो पोर्चुगल, ना ना ना, कैन से पोर्चुगल भाई। प्रिंस तू गेमिंग ई स्पोर्ट को सपोर्ट कर। व्हाट हैपेंड टू योर जेम्स? आई बॉट ऑल द बेसिस फॉर द टाउन हॉल का, बट व्हाट कैन आई से, ऑल द बेसिस गेमिंग वर्ड्स। 4 इंडियन 1 हीरो, ओके। यूएबीडी एसएस गेमर, व्हाट द हेक ये? इट्स GAMIC, ओके। रेस GTA 6 in 4 months. Who cares? I'm a poor guy. Who cares about GTA 6, okay? Who cares? बेस दिखाओ भाई, सजेशंस देने बेकार सा है, ओके। टैग दो। ओए वीडियो यार, 1-2 प्लेयर ढूंढना भैंस की, 1 प्लेयर ढूंढ बस। एक मैं फैंटम को तो पक्का खिलाऊंगा, वो बात तो मान लेगा भैंस की। रोड टू सेमीफाइनल्स टू इजी। फीफा प्रिंसेस। ओए कार्ड निकलते पता भी है कुछ? पुअर तो मैं हूँ, मैं भी हूँ क्या? क्या मतलब है उसका? सेटअप देखोगे ना, अजीब सा लगने लग जाएगा। मैं तो अपनी नस भी काट ली थी एक दिन। चैट में किसको आना है मेरी क्लैन में पे पूछो प्लीज़। भाई किसी को सुको ऐसे क्लैन में आना तो जल्दी से जाओ। प्रिंस रुको, मैं आपको इधर कर रहा हूँ, ठीक है? QQLUJVL29 ड्रैगन भाई मेंबर है अपने इंडियन लाइट्स के यार। 91 वॉर स्टार्स। भाई देखो, आप सब कुछ छोड़ दो, हीरोज मैच कर लो, सब कुछ छोड़ दो, सब कुछ। तो मेरे क्लैन में आ जा, अगर हिम्मत है सीरियल भी खेलो। भाई आप बस हीरोज मैच कर दो, बाकी तो भाई तुम खुद देख लेना, फिर तुम्हारा बेस क्या ऐसा अटैक करोगे ना भाई, तुम खुद बोलोगे भाई ये तो हो गया भाई, कुछ कुछ तो हो चुका है आर्मी में। या तो ज़्यादा ड्रैगन आ जा रहे हैं, या तो किंग ही 100-200 लेवल का हो चुका है, ऐसा लगने लग जाएगा, पता है? बस तुम हीरोज मैच कर दो। और साथ साथ में हीरो के इक्विपमेंट्स भी, ठीक है ना? बेस को भले इतना थोड़ा बहुत रहने दो स्टार्टिंग में। ओके, बताओ भाई अब। लव यू, ओके, लव यू टू। इस बार यार बहुत बुरा सीन हो चुका है मेरा तो, मैं तो लीग से भी नीचे गिर गया यार। डाउनफॉल्स आ गया भैंस के कल का। मेरे ग्लैन, वो मुझे 2-2 केक मिल गए क्या? अब एक ही तो है यार, मैं सोच रहा था भाई, मैंने तो गेम ही हैक कर दिया। चलो भाई मैं जा रहा हूँ अटैक करने यार अपने बाकी लीग्स के, नहीं तो भूल जाऊंगा और मेरा क्लैन कासल केक भी चला जाएगा, फिर मैं अपने आप को और कोसूंगा, अच्छा मिल जाएगा। ओके, ये जीपी का हर मंथ एंड में ऐसा डिस्क होगा भाई, अभी खरीद लो, 3 खरीद सकते हैं अकाउंट से, मैंने तो देख भी लिया है। मैं सोच रहा हूँ एक गोल्ड पास गिव अवे मार देता हूँ, सस्ता ही तो है भाई इतना। कितने का आ रहा है? 189 का आ रहा है सिर्फ। भाई साहब इतना सस्ता गोल्ड पास कैसे दे रहे हैं लोग? मैं तो कह रहा हूँ महंगा कर दो भैंस की। ओश। ये क्या करा मैंने? ओके, आजा क्वीन मेरे साथ में चल। बट ये जी18 पहुंचना है भाई। मुझे दे दे क्या क्या मतलब है, क्या चीज? ओ बूम। डीडी चार्ज सिखा, रुक जाओ। डीडी चार्ज बहुत आसान है भाई। फॉक्स है फॉक्स। फॉक्स और वो ना चाहिए भाई। डीडी चार्ज भैंस की तू करेगा कैसे? वो है तेरे पे, क्या बोलते हैं उसे? इलेक्ट्रोफैंग। इलेक्ट्रोफैंग से हो सकता है भाई, नहीं तो डीडी चार्ज कैसे होगा यार? मैंने सुना स्क्वाड किंग फ्री में मिल रहा था। कौन सा जो मैं अभी यूज कर रहा हूँ? ये इसका नाम स्क्वाड किंग है क्या? फिर रुको, इसका नाम देखने दो मुझे। कहाँ गया हीरो हॉल? ये कौन सा किंग है? ये तो कुछ और सा किंग है भाई। स्क्वाड किंग कौन सा है भाई? विजिट अभी कर रहा है, रुक जाओ। राज भाई आपको क्या हुआ था? GRGURVQPR QPR। होल्डर भाई। अरे इसने डी शूट 17 कर दिया भाई। तू तो ऊपर कैसे चला गया? तू तो अमीर आदमी बन चुका है। हम दोनों ने कसम खाई थी ना कि साथ साथ में डी 16 खेलेंगे। भाई इसका बेस देखो, इसका डीडी की स्किन देखो, इसकी डीडी की स्किन देखो, इसका बेस देखो, इसका बेस देखो। मेरे ख्याल से अमीर वाला बेस है। यस। अकाउंट ट्रेडिंग भाई मेरे ख्याल से यार बुक फ्री मिला। बुक फ्री का मिला क्या मतलब है? छोटा वाला मतलब? अच्छा वो, हाँ वो तो बहुत पहले मिला था। बहुत पहले, बहुत पहले। उसको तो भाई मेरे ख्याल से 1 साल होने वाला भाई, 1 साल। तुम 1 साल पुरानी बात कर रहे हो, 1-2 साल पुरानी बात। अच्छा ई फैंग कौन लिंक लेकर है? ओके भाई देखो, मैं तुमको दिक्कत सिखाता हूँ भाई। कुछ कुछ चीज़ें वो अपडेट करना, ठीक है? इलेक्ट्रो फैंग फॉक्स को मैक्स करना 10 लेवल का, फिर और अच्छा होगा। बाकी मैं तो अभी कुछ और ही कर रहा हूँ, नहीं मैं वही कर रहा हूँ। अच्छा मेरी कोई और सी आर्मी लगी हुई है, रुको ज़रा लगाता हूँ। रुको मैं ज़रा बॉलर्स की आर्मी। हाँ यही है। डिलीट डिलीट यूज़। सुपर ट्रूप्स हटाने पड़ेंगे। देखिए मैंने कुछ ज़्यादा भरे हुए हैं। दूसरा कहाँ पे है? यूज़ 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 ई फैंक। देखो भाई, इट्स वेरी सिंपल। ओके सबसे पहले क्या करना है, देखो अपना जो ये होता है डीडी, इससे ना मतलब मुझे किसी ने बताया था कि इससे मोनोलिथ के लिए नहीं डालना चाहिए और ये निकालना चाहिए क्लैन कार्ड से। पता नहीं किसने बोला था मुझे, किसी ने तो बोला था, इसलिए वही करता हूँ। पर मैं ये सोचता हूँ कि अगर अपने को एक फायर स्पिटर मिल जाता है तो हम आर्मी को घुमा सकते हैं अच्छे से, ठीक है ना? तो हम लोग वही करने वाले हैं इस वाले अटैक में। बाकी लोग या बाहर में, ठीक है ना? और एनवी आएगी उसकी 6 पे एनवी आती है इस वाले चार्ज की। एक ही मैंने तो डाल दिया था कि अपना जो वो है ड्यू को बाहर ना चले जाए, और अपने को वापस 6 पे एनवी डाल देनी है। अभी फॉक्स की मस्त चलेगी। अभी एक और डाल दूंगा क्योंकि फॉक्स मेरे ख्याल से भी होता नहीं इस टाइम पे। ओके, फॉक्स इन भी तो दे गया भाई। तो मेरे ख्याल से अच्छी खासी वैल्यू निकल चुकी है। अब हम लोग ऊपर साइड से भी आर्मी डाल सकते हैं, नीचे साइड से भी डाल सकते हैं। ठीक है, ऊपर साइड में किंग जाएगा अपना, इधर साइड में बॉल ब्रेक डालता हूँ पहले। किंग क्वीन इलेक्ट्रो, तो क्या ही बोल रहे हैं मैं। और जो अपना ये है ना, वो टोटम्स पैलेस से ना, उसको वो करना है डिस्ट्रैक्ट, जो गार्डियन है वो वाला। तो मत तो रा 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 रा। ड्यूक को जिंदा करना फालतू लगता है वैसे, कई बार तो। और ऐसे भी निकल जाएगा मेरे ख्याल से वाला तो। बोल रहा हूँ छोटे किंग की स्किन, हाँ मेरे को समझ आ गया। ड्रैगन हेड यूज़ कर रहा हूँ के तुम ड्रैगन हेड यूज़ करते हो। आदि से दुश्मनी हो गया, ये क्या हो रहा है इंडू ग्रुप चैट में, कैन यू एक्सप्लेन। है कौन सा ग्रुप चैट वाला? ये दूसरी जी आईडी मेरे को पता है किसकी है। इरा जॉर्ज भाग जाए से यार। छोटा वाला किंग यार बहुत पहले आया था, बहुत पहले स्क्वाड वेस्ट वाला, समझ गया मैं। गोल्ड पास दे दे भाई। क्या मतलब, शिकारी किंग्स के सामने पुणे स्पोर्ट आ सकती है? क्यों आएगी पुणे स्पोर्ट? स्ट्रीक बहुत नहीं आएगी वो भाई। पुणे स्पोर्ट में खेलती है सारे TH18 के आईडी। शिकारी किंग्स में खेलती है TH18 भी खेलती है, मतलब मिक्स TH खेलता है उसमें। TH13 के अकाउंट भी दिख जाएंगे तुमको। तो आ ही नहीं सकती है वो टीम। ओके, ना 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 ना। 8 नहीं है, 13 है से। को ज़रा देख के आता हूँ। 8 तो नहीं है। वॉर लगा दिया क्या उन लोगों ने? शायद से वॉर चालू कर दिया उन लोगों ने। यस, वॉर चालू कर दिया है। 8, हाँ 8 है। कर दिया करो रेड के लिए। ओके, तो वॉर में भी तो है। अरे इसमें अंशुमन खेल रहा है, इसलिए वाले वॉर हारेंगे नहीं हम लोग ऐसे वॉर्स। ऊपर के सारे बेस फूट जाएंगे, डोंट वरी। 5 का स्ट्रीक है ओपोनेंट का। लेट्स सी क्या होता है। अभी मुझे करना था सरपी को ऑनलाइन आया क्या? सरपी को अटैक करना था उसके ऊपर मेरे को। अरे इनवाइट कर दिया गलती से। अपनी आईडी को प्रमोट कर देता हूँ भाई, नहीं तो दिक्कत है। रैंक्ड अटैक? क्या रैंक्ड अटैक? नॉर्मल चैट को रिपोर्ट कर दूँ 100 आईडी से तो क्या बैम होगी वो आईडी या नहीं? अगर उसका चैट नॉर्मल सा है तो, अगर नॉर्मल चैट है तो कुछ नहीं होगा। पर अगर कुछ लिखा है उसने और आईडी से बैन गया है, तो सबसे पहले उसकी आईडी 1 हफ्ते के लिए म्यूट होगी, वो कुछ लिख नहीं पाएगा। फिर वो आईडी 1 महीने के लिए म्यूट होगी कुछ टाइम बाद। फिर वो होगी 3 महीने के लिए म्यूट। फिर वो साल भर के लिए म्यूट हो जाएगी। और तू हीरा और से मुझे ये बता, दुबे जी रुक जा, मैं तेरी आईडी चेक करता हूँ भैंस की। हीरा दौड़ से तो भाग जा यहाँ से, ठीक है ना, क्योंकि अच्छा नहीं लगा तो मैं तेरे को भगाऊंगा यहाँ से। ला 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 ला। इसका दोस्त पता नहीं खाया। तेनू चो This space is easy. फ्री किया तो क्या करेगा। और पिंकलेस वाले पे जुआ लगा रहा है भाई, जुआ। तूने पैसे का बोला था। रुको जरा फोड़ता हूँ मैं सर्विस को यार। यू मॉड, चलो भाई। मुझे क्यों निकाला क्लैन से इसने? अरे उसने निकाला नहीं, ग्लिच हो रखा है तुम्हारा, उसने निकाला नहीं है क्लैन से। यार मैं सोच रहा हूँ कौन सी यार मिस करो भैंस की। यार आर्मी तो नहीं करेगी काम, यही करूँ क्या? मुझे नहीं पता भाई क्या होगा, कुछ होगा तो नॉर्मल चैट में अगर कुछ उसने करा भी तो, और किसी ने भी कुछ करा हो तो मुझे नहीं पता। ओके हेलो हर्षा भाई, कैसे हो? हाँ मुझे पता है, सारे किंग की बात करता हूँ, छोटा सा किंग है ना ये सबको फ्री में मिला था बहुत पहले। ओके, मेरा आरसी कहाँ पे है? मैं सोच रहा तुम्हारा ही चैट पे एक्सपेरिमेंट करते हैं 120 आईडी से। कर लो भाई। वैसे मैं शायद से बैन नहीं पाऊंगा। ओफ, मेरा तो टाइम फिल हो गया भाई। आह, मैं जीत गया, मैं जीत गया। इजी विन। व्हाट? फेथ कौन है? मुझे क्या पता फेथ कौन है। कौन है फेथ? तुरुरुरुरुरु। 3 ओवर ग्रोथ स्पेल, 3 ओवर ग्रोथ स्पेल। इज ही सीरियस? GQOY GUO8R। रचित किंग भाई अपने एल्डर है द लोनली ओवंस के। ओके, द लोनली वंस। 879 आपके यार वॉर स्टार चल रहे हैं। हीरोज की लेवल्स देखेंगे यार तो हीरोज आपके जो यार वो पूरे के पूरे मेरे ख्याल से मैक्स आउट हो चुके हैं। क्वीन का बस कुछ हल्का सा 5 बता तो उसको आराम से मैक्स कर लो आप। पेट्स मेरे ख्याल से काफ़ी ज़्यादा बढ़िया चल रहे हैं। और किंग क्वीन मेरे पेंस बॉर्ड एंड आरसी का जो स्किन है मेरे ख्याल से किंग का स्किन बेस्ट लग रहा है भाई। विजिट मारते हैं इसके एक बारी। बेस भी मेरे ख्याल से अपने पूरे का पूरा मैक्स आउट करा हुआ डिफेंसेस को। बस कुछ अपना छोटा मोटा डिफेंस जैसे कि विदाउट टावर्स, मोटार्स, ये सब कुछ चीज़ें बची तो आप इसको आराम से धीरे धीरे मैक्स कर लेना। और वॉल्स भी आपने मैक्स कर लिया है। सिर्फ अपने काउंट रेटिंग मेरे ख्याल से 9.5 बेस्ट चल रहा है अकाउंट। बढ़िया। रुको आए थी ब्रो, आपको विजिट कर रहा हूँ मैं। G8ROCQO98। ओके आई इंडिया दी अभी क्लैन वैन ग्लिच हो गया इसका। मेरी रश आईडी देखी है? ठीक नहीं, मैंने निशा से नहीं देखी। हीरो मैच करा दी ब्रो आप, ठीक है ना? बाकी तो भाई बढ़िया चल रहा है मेरे ख्याल सीन है ना। हाँ सब कुछ मैक्स है, बस कुछ वॉल्स बची है। बढ़िया सीन है। क्या अटैक कर रहा है भाई? वैसे एक चीज़ अच्छी पता है इस अटैक में सिर्फ कि वार्डन एबिलिटी अभी पे होल्ड है। अगर आखिरी तक होल्ड हो जाएगी तो 3 स्टार जाएगा, नहीं तो फेल हो जाएगा। फ्रीज भी है वैसे, 2 फ्रीज है। न न न न न न न न न न न। ओए आरती गया। पिंकलैंड ने हक दिया अटैक। ओए ओए फील था भाई, है ना? You kid using 3 OGs for this trash space। लेग्स नहीं, OGs लिखना है मुझे। You lose, give it again and watch skills। Go attack पिंकलर। फंस गया। तुरुरुरुरुरु, तुरुरुरुरुरु। इसका रेंज इतना बड़ा नहीं है ना, ठीक है। त्रे रे त्रे रे त्रे। भाई पिंक से इतना ज़्यादा ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस कैसे है भाई अपने टैक्स को लेके। अब उसको ज़मीन ज़मीन दिखने वाली है बहुत जल्दी, देखना। ये अटैक मारेगा और उसको ज़मीन दिख जाएगी। ये अटैक करते उसको ज़मीन दिख जाएगी, देखना। फिर आएगी हमें हंसी। हाँ, एक डालना है मुझे इधर। एक से आ जाएगा क्या? और एक से आ जाएगा तो मस्त है। दो ले लो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। लेट्स गो दोस्तों। बाकी यार किसी को अपना बेस को विजिट करना तो अपना टैग दे देना, ठीक है ना इधर। चल चल मॉडर्न, जल्दी जल्दी काम कर। इस स्पीड में तो हो लिया। अब ठीक है। 3 NV है या एक? 3 NV में तो नहीं होगा भाई, अब हो जाएगा। एक दो तीन। तुरुरुरुरुरु, तुरुरुरुरुरु। Okay, he did a 3 star on that base. अभी देंगे हम इसको। Do this. वो अभी भी और कुछ मार रहा है क्या वैस की? हम्म। चलो भाई आज हो ही जाए सर। पीको वर्सेस सैमग्रीटा। किधर से जाएगा भाई इसका आरसी चार्ज? 6 NV वाला। ओके, उसने वहां से यूज करा अपना रॉकेट स्पीयर, जिससे मेरे ख्याल से उसको निकाल देगा बस। ओके, ये भी आ चुका है। अब आरती जा रहा सिंगल इन्फर्नो के पास। ओके, 2 NV का यूज हुआ अभी तक सिर्फ, और वैल्यू आ तो रही है देखो, हल्की हल्की देखा जाए तो। अभी भी 3 NV बाकी है। ओके, 7 NV तो गया था भाई ये। टाउन हॉल ना निकल जाए बस, नहीं आएगा टाउन हॉल तो। उसने उठा लिया अपनी 16% की वैल्यू के साथ। नहीं टूटेगा ये सब। 1 स्टार मारने जा रहा, देख रहे हो वहां से 1 स्टार मारने है इसकी गूदा। पिंकलर भाई गूदा दिखा रहे हैं अपना। पिंकलर bro, what is this behavior? Why are you doing a 1 star Dex? 1 star. What is this? What is this behavior, Pinkler Brooms? Make it overgrowth. Okay. La 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 la. ओवरग्रोथ तो बहुत अच्छा पार्ट करा भाई, देखो उसने नंगा हो जाएगा मतलब है। भाई पता पिंकलर वाला बेस फोड़ देगा। ओ भाई ओ भाई ओ भाई ओ भाई। यूपीआई कॉल लेना पड़ेगा वो भाई। अरे पिंकी ने एक टीयर नीचे पड़ा है। डब्ल्यू है भाई। इसको मैं दूंगा डू दिस नाउ। हाँ राहुल भाई कैसे हो यार? वाला बेस फूटेगा कैसे, क्या लगता है यार? ये वाला बेस ना अब तो कुछ कंफर्म नहीं है, वाला बेस का फूट भी सकता है, पर बेस तो अच्छा है। देखो कौन है ये? छी। Who is this shitting on my face? Man, please don't disturb. कहाँ से उठा के लाया सर बिकॉज को? Okay. Looks like looks like a healing spell. With the all right. एक कॉन्ग भाई साहब। चलो भाई कर दो यार अटैक। वो ओ अरे सर पी को अटैक करना। पिंकी सेल्फी को अटैक नहीं कर रहा है की आंख। ओके गाइस, अब इस वाले अटैक के बाद हम लोग अपनी वॉल्स को मैक्स करेंगे, ठीक है ना, थोड़ा बहुत। वो ओ चलो भाई, आ गया सरपी को अटैक करने मेरे बेस के ऊपर। इधर से गया भाई आरसी चार्ज को लेके, शायद से पॉइंट टावर निकालने का प्लान है इसका। क्या इसको पॉइंट टावर से कोई अच्छा चीज नहीं लगती है क्या भाई? या फिर उसने उधर सिर्फ घूमने के लिए डाला है? ओके, दो इनवी और है। कुछ आया है क्या वैसे देखा जाए तो? भाई टाउन साइड से करेगा मेरे ख्याल से अटैक ये। नहीं भाई, ये तो पीछे से गया है भाई, पीछे से, पिच्छू से। ये पिच्छू से गया है, पिच्छू से। पिच्छू से मेरा बेस फोड़ने गया है पिच्छू। मोनोलिथ एरो? नहीं, वो कोई और से एरो है भाई ये। नॉर्मल क्वीन का एरो है शायद से, या फिर उसमें वो जो होता है हीरो हॉल में वो स्पेसिफिकेशंस है न्यू न्यू, उस पर कुछ यूज़ करा है। इसकी आर्मी वापस मर रही है भाई, पर इस बार बचे भाई हीरोज। ओके, आरसी आ चुका है इस बार, पॉइजन में आ गया क्योंकि वो। बट ओके, इधर आ चुका अपना क्लैन कार्सल। इसमें मैंने बहुत सारी गंदी गंदी चीज़ें भरी थी, बट वो क्या सीधी में भरा है ना वो, क्या लगा फूट गया। रोड तो मैंने करते तेरे। W challenge any base। वो ओ okay, this base looks cool and sick। चलो भाई, इस वाले बेस के लिए अलग से आर्मी बना के चलेंगे। इस वाले बेस में हम लोग लेंगे एक ये। वेरी वेल। इधर अपना एक ये है जो अपने को हल्का हल्का डिफेंस से निकालना है इधर से, और इधर ये भी है एक, जिससे बच के चलना हल्का हल्का। बस ये चाहिए मुझे, खेल दे दो एंड नथिंग एल्स। अब अब आइस गोलम मारो एक पहले। इनमें नहीं हुई टारगेट, सबसे बुरी चीज़ जो हुई इस वाले अटैक में अभी तक। ऑलराइट, उधर एक ड्रैगन डिको के लिए बचाना है। स्ट्रीमर का क्या मतलब है? अह, आह, बेकार। मैंने जो सोचा था वो हुआ ही नहीं। शिट्स। अगेन यार, ई स्पोर्ट मोड है यार वैसे एक बार ना। रुको, मैं अपनी वो चीटिंग वाली आर्म यूज़ करके देखता हूँ एक बार। शिट्स, मुझे तो कुछ नहीं मिला भैंस की आँख। अब इधर आर्मी कहाँ जाएगी, उस हिसाब से डालना मुझे सब कुछ। कुछ लेफ्ट कुछ राइट, व्हाट इज दिस? हाँ, फोड़ना है भाई रवेश कैसे भी। अब कोई नहीं ना हुई थी क्या यार? ठीक है चलो। अरे हीरा सुधर जाना यार। ना 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 ना। हाँ। यार क्या कर रहा हूँ ये मैं अटैक्स। पर वैसे फूटता नहीं भैंस की आगे, तो बहुत ज़्यादा ऊपर डीएच को अटैक कर रहा, पर फिर भी हैव टू डू दिस एनी हाउ। आजा मंथली फाइनल देख सीओसी। सोच रहा हूँ ऐसे देखने की। हम्म, ला 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 ला। रिपोर्टेड गेम में इससे कोई जीतेगी? घटिया गेम प्ले मत देखा, बोर हो जाएंगे लोग। रुको एक सेकेंड, बताओ ना कौन से मैं स्ट्रीम तो कर सकता हूँ ना वाले मैचेस को, तो उन स्ट्रीम को मैचेस देख लेता हूँ ना, मतलब स्ट्रीम कर लेता हूँ मैचों की। है लेफ्ट जाओ। मेरी सुपर भी मर के जा रही है। इनएक्टिव होकर रीच चला गया। फ्री टू व्यू पार्टी रहता है। मतलब मान ले मैं उसको, मतलब क्या कहना चाह रहा हूँ मैं, मतलब मैं उसको दिखाऊंगा कैसे उनकी स्ट्रीम ऑन करके। ऐसे को सर्वी को फेल कर रहा है मेरे पैसों पे। यार पर पता मुझे एक चीज़ नहीं आती उसमें यार, मुझे उसकी आवाज़ बंद करना नहीं आती यूट्यूब की। फिर कैसे होगा? ये क्या लिखा है इसने भैंस की? ठीक है। अरे क्या है उसका नाम? सिर्फ देखना है क्या यार? कहाँ पे हो रही है पर स्ट्रीम तो कहीं हो ही नहीं रही है। 9:20 पे था ना चालू भैंस की। ओके किस का मैच है आज? भाई ने देख रहे हो क्या गाना लगा रखा है? वाओ इतनी स्क्रीन सही है ना, मजा आएगा भाई देखने में। भाई यार पता है मैं ना में भाई खेल नहीं पा रहा हूँ, पता है यार टाउन हॉल कप 15 से आईडी बैन हो रखी है लास्ट ईयर की वजह से। एक वर्ल्ड गेम में लेगा आज, सीधा वर्ल्ड चैंपियन में जाएंगे नवंबर में। ओके थंबनेल भी लगा दूं क्या? इनने क्या लगा रखा है? थंबनेल कॉपी कर दूं? मजा है भाई देखने में यार, ये मुझे भी देखना बड़े प्लेयर को खेलते हुए। आज किस किस का मैच है वैसे? और एमजी है, एमजी ने, हाँ मुझे पता है एमजी में रूडी खेल रहा है, ओमकार भी खेल रहा है। लेट्स गो भाई, इनका सॉन्ग अच्छा है पता है। अरे भाई रजिस्टर करने बिना पहले से हो रखी है बैन वो 1 साल के लिए। वो पहले से बैन हो रखी है इसलिए हो गया वो। अभी बैन ही लगेगा उसमें, अगले महीने खेलूंगा मैं, और क्या है। मतलब मैं जुलाई वाला नहीं खेल पाऊंगा, मैं अगस्त वाला खेलूंगा। और बिलीव ऑन मी, बिलीव करो बस तुम लोग, ठीक है ना? तुमको मैंने बोला है अभी, बस बिलीव करो। शेयर नहीं शेयर, अरे भाई वो पुराना बैन हो रखा है, 1 साल पुराना बैन है। डेट देखना, मैंने ग्लोबल चैट में भी डाला है, उस पर डेट देखेगा उधर पता चलेगा। हाँ मैंने देखा है, मेरे को पता है कि तूने बोला था कि बैन हो गया आईडी। तो दिखाता हूँ मैं ज़रा। ये देख भाई, डेट कब है बैन का? भाई 1 अगस्त को बैन हुआ है भाई अकाउंट। अभी का बैन नहीं है वो अकाउंट, पुराना बैन हो रखा है। अभी अकाउंट क्लीन है, समझे? वो 1 मिनट में होने वाला भाई चालू सीन, मजा आएगा। क्या मोड़ दे भाई, सर्वी का ना 1 स्टार आया, सबने देखा है, ठीक है ना? वो भाई कितने बजे तक चलेगा इंडियन आर्मी? चला था फिर। अभी तो स्टार्टिंग में भी तो कुछ होगा ना, इधर उधर नाच गाना। 2-3 घंटे, हाँ फिर तो ठीक है। क्या बहुत चार्ज है अभी तो। विकास बाबर कैसे बेच रहा है, सब किया फिर भी पता नहीं।
Days of pure intensity. Only one can claim a legendary golden ticket to the prestigious World Championship Final. They aren't just fighting for glory anymore. They're competing for their share of a massive $1 million prize.
भाई साहब
Howdy, Chiefs, and welcome back to the Clash of Clans World Championship. This 2026 initial month is kicked off, and we are now in day 2, when we will award our very first golden ticket. My name's Woody, and I'm so pleased to reintroduce 3 of the greatest casters of the Clashers. Let's start off with you, Itsu, and go down the line.
Thank you, Woody. Yes, I mean, we had an amazing first take yesterday. Upsets, new strategies, crazy close matches. Today should be amazing, right, Corbin? Absolutely.
भाई MG जीत जाए,
What everyone is fighting for is given out today, which is going to grant you access to the World Championship Finals later this year. Can't wait to see which team claims the first one bash.
Oh yeah, you definitely want to start
लास्ट ईयर रनर अप हार गया MG के सामने। Let's go.
See how the game and season develops. This is going to be an exciting day, Clash Buddy. Well, speaking about the rest of the
What if
season,
MG 15 स्टार मार दे और 10 जीत जाए?
$1 million on the line. So, with so many months and competitions,
भाई लास्ट सेट पर हमने देखा 3-3 हुआ भाई।
Well, we have overall 8 golden tickets. 4 of them will be given away in 4 different seasons. This right now is the first qualifiers of the first season. Then we have as well a Chinese qualifier. And due to the last chance qualifier, there are actually 3 golden tickets on the line. All of those golden tickets are going to get you to the World Championship Finals later this year. This is where all of those top teams want to play.
Absolutely, it is so difficult to make it to even one of these qualifiers, let alone grab a golden ticket. But in order to get that golden ticket, you have got to go up against 7 other teams. Why don't we run through the format next?
Absolutely. You have to be playing in this 18 double elimination, which we already sent 2 teams home earlier yesterday. It is playing in a
पता है 18 में Zeus जैसी टीम नहीं है, पहले थे भाई अच्छी टीम्स। Zeus ने कुछ ज़्यादा मस्त खेला है भाई।
This is the esports modifier. Yes, you can play the esports modifier. Just go click on the challenge and change that modifier. It's the hardest one in the game. The defenses, your heroes, everything is more difficult for trying to get that 3-star, Woody.
But with that difficulty comes the glory and the prizes to go with it. We are gonna give away tens of thousands of dollars today. Tell us about the prizes. Well, you see him on screen here with long
RTS 17 में बहुत बेकार था भाई.
so to speak. We did send home our first two teams yesterday that'll leave with $3,000. We're going to shortly be sending home two more teams. At 5th and 6th, they'll get $4,000. Fourth place will get $5,000. Third
ये
place
पता है
$6,000.
आधे बंदों को पता है, ये भी नहीं पता कि हर मंथली टॉप 8 टीम्स को प्राइस फुल मिलता है. टाउन कप में भी, वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप में भी.
Golden ticket to qualify them for the World Championship.
यही नहीं पता होता आधे बंदों को तो.
Awesome opportunity to score a lot of gold. And as you mentioned, that golden ticket to the World Championships is worth even more than that top prize because there's still yet more to be earned at the finals. But they've got to make it through this
आज
bracket
है
first.
1 2
Let's take a look at how the teams are shaping
3
up.
4 आज ही फाइनल आएगा क्या?
We had crazy matches yesterday. I mean, upsets, close ones, everything was
तीन
in
मैच हैं
there.
अगर आज ही
But the
final
first
रहेगा
we
तो
have to
3
talk
या
about
4
is
मैच.
Zeus Esports. They are showing true dominance, and as well, the last match yesterday were 15 stars. This is not something which you see quite that often on this level with the esports modifier. This is super
Yes.
rare, and they were able to pull it off. Then in the lower bracket,
Spelling
we
everything
had,
like that.
Transcendence, unfortunately, leaving the competition, the same as Saturn Esports. They were not able to make it, while Reported Gaming and Vatic, as the veteran teams, are still down there. And CB7 Esports and as well VA Esports
Let's go
are trying to
CB7.
upset those Titans. All of those matches are going to be played today, so we have a ton of action to come.
So much action and lots
जो अपर
of
ब्रैकेट में इन
exciting
दोनों में से
clashes
हारेगी
ahead.
वो इधर आएगी ना लोअर ब्रैकेट
The
में फाइनल
casters
में.
have already taken a look at these brackets. We think we know better. We think we know who's going to win. Let's see what the predictions look like on screen now. And it's quite unanimous, Carbon.
भाई Zeus
It is indeed. Everyone is going with
Batting, batting,
Reported
batting.
Gaming, Vatic, and of course Zeus.
अबे
It's
भाई
hard to pick against
I want
these
CB7
teams,
to
really, if
won
you
that
have
match,
the
okay?
knowledge and history of what these teams have done. Plus, if you just look
And
back at
MG
yesterday, we saw
against
Zeus with
Zeus.
a perfect war, 15 stars. We saw Reported with a
I wanna see
14-star
them won
performance. They
this
were
match.
incredible. And then Vatic, yes, they got sent
मजा
out
आएगा
of
भाई
the
अगर
bracket,
जीते तो.
but still, they are such a strong team. I think for Vatic, something to keep your mind on is definitely going to be the captain Kingsman. What can he do? He hasn't tripled yet. He's looking to turn that one around. So still, all three of these teams coming in as favorites, but anything can happen.
Well, you've heard from us on the caster desk, but we've heard from you as well. Let's go to social media now and see what's been going on
Monthly
in
final,
the Clashiverse. Bash, tell us what's going on here.
Well, Ryuta, I think that's supposed to be 2 triples today. Perfect second match. Happy with my performance. We'll keep the
अच्छा ही
momentum
वो
going.
है.
Hype for tomorrow,
Sweet.
for the golden tickets tomorrow. Thank you all for your support. Obviously, Zeus feeling very happy and confident
भाई
about what
15
they did.
स्टार मार रहे हैं
Rightly
भाई.
so. I mean, it's a perfect war, Woody.
VA Esports
we did
against.
not see a whole lot of that yesterday. A perfect war is extremely difficult and definitely worthy of that high praise and excitement. But let's take a look at Electro next. Hey, Itsu. What is he angling at here?
I mean, we see someone being really confident, going
Electro.
for the semis, but I feel like it is for sure deserved because
इलेक्ट्रो इस टीम में है.
they have done incredible, and I think they have really good chances of maybe getting 1 or 2 upsets.
Well, I think that you are right about that. A good opportunity here for Electro, but remember, he's got to get that next win. Let's see what's going on next. I know that there has been a lot of
Who
action.
do you want to play
and
with the next year?
Pero,
Dudu?
Clash Pero, the meme master, has got something to say here, Carbon.
Yeah, and of course we had the history of the beef between Kingsman and Cynthia. Cynthia going to the enemy team, leaving Kingsman's team in the years past, but coming back, reunited, and now they are playing yet again together. They have squashed that beef that we saw yesterday, and the history is there, and they are ready to go.
Ready and Geared
Endless
up for
miracle.
this 4-day, we have got a lot of excitement for you throughout the entire day before that golden ticket gets awarded. So we want to make sure that
miracle
you
happen
keep up
today.
with all of us here by going to event.supercell.com/Clash of Clans. That link is on the bottom of your screen. If you go there, you can show support for the teams that you love and, hey, earn a little bit of rewards yourself. Build that base up and maybe we'll see you on the big stage next month. But with that being said, this is all of the pre-show we've got. We are going to get into the action now. We have got our first war lined up, and the players are already cooking their armies and getting ready to go. It's RPG versus VA Esports.
That's right. And I mean, the lineup, we will just mention it again because I really want to get them out there because those players are just so good. Einstonius, Max, General X, Darkstar, and Philip, they are already within the scene for quite some years and they have really had so much success. But only for this year
क्या नाम
they
है
came
इसका?
together,
Day
trying to
2.
form this super team. Can they deliver already on the first qualifier? They're having a tough opponent to face as well, Carbon.
Yeah, with VA Esports, Electro, who's been 2 for 2, hasn't failed yet. We've got Mask, Oscar Mood, we've got Presmic and Javi looking to come in with an upset over the definitely fan favorites and a juggernaut of repotted gaming. They're capable of doing it. They have the focus, and we know that Electro's been kicking off these wars, and he's been kicking off with 3 stars, so it's a great way to start the matches. But his teammates need to pick that momentum up and keep it going.
There is a lot on the line with this match. Repotted Gaming, having been to many World Championships before, and looking for that golden crown at the end. But in the lower bracket, you're right, Carbon, they have got a lot of uphill work left to do.
That's right. They're still.
ये preparation time चल रहा है क्या उनका? Attack कर रहे हो किसी पे?
I mean, it is for sure the pressure which is on because we have seen them yesterday kind of underperform in some of the attacks and made it kind of challenging for themselves, where it felt like one wall break being the difference maker between staying in the upper bracket or dropping to the lower bracket, and that really felt like kind of heartbreaking, to be honest, because those those mistakes are quite uncommon for them, Carbon.
Yeah, those mistakes compound, and then it just really affects your mental capacity when you're trying to compete at a stage like this. But this is the lower bracket. Party Gaming have been here before. So they know what it takes to make a run. And you know, the Captain General X, he's got to have something to say for their team, because of the experience. So I'm really curious what he had to say, but I mean, that's for them. They keep it within their team to motivate them to try to continue to win, and it's a hard road through the lower bracket, and then you're going to have to face whoever makes it to the grand finals and win 2 times in a row.
Let's see who is going to win this match.
It's difficult, but it can be done.
Hey, the rallying cry of a captain's call can bring those forces back to action. I believe that either one of these squads can get the win. It's all about that preparation and can they keep the focus today. We've seen so many times teams at the upper echelons of play, even yesterday, accidentally, make a little one-tile mistake or a few seconds off. That can cost you the entire match. The community is still feeling like RPG has got the lead, though. The predictions are in, and with 67% of the vote, RPG over 30% VA has got the lion's share of that expectation.
Yeah, and we have to be honest here, it is not really surprising, but they're just the titans in this one.
Well, we are getting ready for the first war. Let's enter the arena. Repotted Gaming and VA Esports. Let's get it on!
And we have a Queen Charge Carbon Super Bowlers.
Absolutely. And here we go. Electro needs to start this one off. He started with 3 stars in his last 2 attacks, which were yesterday, and he needs to continue that momentum. And let's see if he's able to do it with the Super Bowlers here.
Trying to get the clan cast out so he doesn't have to face it later on. right now, luring everything out. He has
Start
to
हो गया
deploy
भाई
that
ये.
poison soon. And now this has like this really tricky. If he redeploys that queen now right away, and she's going to stay on one spot, we have the fire mites going into the queen, and it would damage and splash the healers as well. We have seen that a couple of times during the second stage of the qualifier, and attacks were falling short because of that. But he's doing it in a really smart way, using the baby dragon to tank those fire mites. But now he needs to have a quick funnel to push those super bolters into the right direction.
Yeah, they are making their way to the right with the Skywagon coming down. And you got to push his way into the Revenge Tower, the Monolith, and then eventually towards that Town Hall. But we do still have a little bit more of the right side
Funnel तो बन गया यार मेरे लिए
over
मस्त है
there.
इसकी.
Is that going to pull some of the bowlers as he is going to invest
बस वो
in
left में लगा सब हुआ
early
है.
to the edge of the space, trying to continue this initial push.
Ooh. The data trap is rotating him actually into the direction of the storage, which was not funneled earlier.
Oi.
Super bowlers are going that direction. Oh no, everything is splitting. And we have the long shot on that Archer Queen. We have the bowlers now coming back, but where are they going next? Are they going for the top side? No, everything is so split.
Yeah, they split quite a ways. We have super bowlers going on the right. We have
Woof.
the Duke, which is dead off to the left
Yedia
side.
get down
Unfortunately,
pass.
Queen should
Queen
be able to
is
come
in
back for
there.
the Town Hall, walk through that wall. She's getting stuck on these skellies. Yes, she is past the wall, so she is going to secure the Town Hall here. Second star is in the bag, but super bowlers are all gone. Queen's taking the spitter, revives that Dragon Duke.
Yo,
There's
P1
still
not
a
him, not
handful all
myself.
the way around. He's still got to push through. Spitter,
Whoosh,
Air
whoosh,
Expo,
whoosh.
multi-archer towers, multi-inferno, and also the defending queen and defending duke.
That was not played well, unfortunately. He should have just started at those storages and then let the super
ये
bowlers
इतना
walk
अच्छा
towards the
नहीं था
bottom
भाई.
side. It was the perfect pathing set. And it's kind of like you're setting up the pathing and then you're starting somewhere in the middle where there was no pathing whatsoever. So
मेरे ख्याल से ना वो जो बॉलर बाहर गया अगर वो अंदर आता
and this is costing him
तो
big
कुछ
time
crazy
because
होता.
this is only a 78% 2-star when his team was relying so much on his incredible stars into the matches yesterday.
Yeah, it's all about momentum. He had the momentum yesterday. That's how he's able to get a second triple there. But unfortunately, with the gap, taking a rest, a breather, things change. And day two, not off to a hot start for Electro there. He's now crossing his fingers. Hopefully they can get some defenses, because if you look at the previous match from Rebotted, 14 stars they put up. But there were some risky attacks when you go in with those warded fireballs and lava loon puppets. Are we going to see that? Not from Max. He's not an attacker that brings that. What Max has been liking to bring is the Warden's Life Gem and Healing Tome. Is that going to be the case? I think it is, because he's also paired in the Minions Dark Crown, which is a very strong ability when you use the Skywagon.
Oh,
like
my
you
Dragon
mentioned
Duke charge.
yesterday.
Yeah, and for everyone who's wondering why exactly the Dark Crown is quite solid with this siege machine, the reason is this siege is spawning so many troops which are having actually quite some hit points. Like Big Dragon, we have the minions which are adding up, we have the Loon as well. So all of that combined is adding to the troops which are going down, and this is now then quickly powering up the Dark Crown ability for the Minion Prince, and this is why this combination is just so good. Why the Dark Crown is having right now like a small comeback for some of the pro players. The Duke charge so far goes incredibly well because he has taken down the entire top left side, and now it's all about then his follow-up, which will be the Dragon Riders.
Yeah, those chains working really nice for the Duke, and finding all these Teslas. And actually take out a whole Tesla farm, why not? That is valuable. And now trying to take out the multi, maybe it'll explode, and no, barely stays up over it there, and the builder is going to repair it, but he does start off with the Royal Champion, Earthquake, Rocket Spear, Sticky Shield, all together over there, and even Ice blocks that Lava Hound. Has several things moving on at once, but he's going to come through with these Dragon Riders to the right side, eventually leading towards that core.
I think he has misdeployed the Ice Block a little bit, where he Ice blocked his Dragon Riders as well. This is why the army was not really moving forward. Right now his troops are frozen again. He's trying to push into that core as quickly as possible. Remember, there is no internal tome. He's just relying on all of the hit point increase from the life gem and the healing tome to really carry him in this push.
Yeah, he did try to snipe that air defense, but didn't take it down. Finally, it is now removed. But he continues through the course. Should be able to lock on that town hall pretty
फिर वैसे
quickly.
तो हो ही जाएगा, राहुल
And
करेगा
he's
तो हो
got
जाएगा भाई.
58 seconds left. Under a minute in this attack remaining here for Max. Still have the mini prince ability. Can he use it? He's probably just gonna wait. Maybe he can lock on after this goes down once he locks on
ये
the
बहुत
sleeper.
लोग
Okay.
हैं.
Oh, he does not slow down that monolith though.
Yeah, and that means that mini prince is going down quickly. We have another freeze happening. He's trying to increase those percentage points, but this does
But
not
it's
seem like
higher,
going the
so, yeah.
distance because that monolith, the back-end air defense, and as well the super wizard tower are still up, and this is both of those superstars for both of the teams who have so far already started successful into the matches are falling short, but this one is going to be a
ये
little
भी
bit of
आ
a higher
जाएगा.
percentage.
Storage.
I wonder if the day 2 nerves are kicking
Store mines भी आ
in. You know
जाएगी.
the pressure's on. Today's the day you can earn that golden ticket. And not only could you be earning a $20,000 first place prize today, you also guarantee you the last place prize of Worlds, which is another huge prize pool. So it's really way more than $20,000 that's on the line if you win first here.
Yeah, there's a lot of money involved in that golden ticket.
Reported
So for
परसेंटेज
those
से हल्का सा आगे
not
चल रही है
just
पता है.
having the qualifier win, it is really all about making it to that top 8 at the end of the year, and that is all about. So far, we have a super small percentage lead, but we both know, we have seen yesterday matches shift within a couple of attacks. So with that small amount of lead, it's wide open this match.
Yeah. It basically feels like it's tied. It really
हो जा
at
राहुल.
this point. It's gonna come down to who gets those
GH VI
three
आ
stars.
चुका है
Because
कनेक्ट
this match,
GH6.
you're gonna be seeing
मुझे
three
जनरल
stars.
एक्स का टैग
If
देखना है
it's a
भाई.
10-10, no three star,
सुपर
I
बॉलर
will
मोने
be
लेता रहो.
surprised.
मैं भी
to
अगली
say the
आर्मी यूज
least.
कर रहा हूँ अभी.
Oh, we have the queen charging her way out to the left with a couple super bowlers.
उश.
And Monolith Arrow helping to secure these outside defenses. Going to continue to charge her way through. Invis is down, needing that for sure because of the damage. But he can grab
Angry
a
jelly
nice
हो रही है
funnel
भाई.
with the Monolith Arrow here.
मैं क्या यूज कर रहा था?
Wow, that was actually so well played that he used the Invis to take down the Poison Tower, because this means the Poison effect is now not on his healers. This means no damage on his
Uish,
healers
uish,
whatsoever.
इतने सारे healers आ
And he's
गए.
right now in a damage pocket, which means
इतने
there is no
सारे
damage
healers
on his
हैं,
Archer
यार.
Queen. So he should be able to take down the Clan Castle. He decides instead to just recall her. There is no furnace this time, so he can redeploy the Queen right away. But he needs to keep her alive.
बाहर लेके आने कोई इसको.
Poison down.
आ गया
Clear
तेरा
those
कितना
archers
क्या
and
आया?
keys,
मैंने
but
दिया
will
नहीं.
get slowed down by 2 ice golems here. With a minute that has passed in the attack, that's something you start have to think about.
1 मिनट
You
निकल
have
चुका है
to start
भाई.
moving through with these Super Bowls and be quick and efficient. We'll have the Duke to use, and the bowlers are now down. They're gonna make their way up to the top side. Where is your Warden? Finally deploys him. That sends in another ice golem as well. And there goes the king trying to set that funnel.
अभी तो
Bring
एक
those
टपला
Super
नहीं
Bowlers
है
around to
भाई.
that town hall.
अच्छा इधर से आया वो funnel.
But he has to be careful. He now has the air defense and has put a loader in one spot. Maybe a freeze or a totem would be quite nice, because he's losing healers right now. Totem is now deployed. The king
किसी
is
का नेट
pushing
गया है
all
कैसे
those
खेलते हो भाई
bowlers
कभी
inside.
कितना
Ball
मस्त
break is in there as
है.
well. So that is a really
Ability
nice
warden.
adjustment for him, making sure the funnel is set. And this plan overall looks amazing, as his
नहीं आया भाई
main
अभी
push
तक.
is now making it into the core of this base.
अभी भी नहीं आए
Time
भाई.
into, we have about
भाई
a
इसने
minute
स्पिटर
left
निकाल
in the
लिया.
attack. There goes the Warden. Popping the
ये
ability,
मस्त जा रहा है भाई
walking
बहुत
his way
ज़्यादा ही.
through these walls with that torch. But we still have a
कोवर में
defending
घुस
king.
गया है
We
पूरी
have a Monolith on
आर्मी.
the backside. He's gonna have to go with 2 freezes and a totem. Is he gonna have enough time? He freezes the Monolith, but the Baby Dragon finds the Sticky Air Mine, and I don't know. I don't think he's got enough time, because eventually the Warden's torch is gonna wear off. Okay, he will
first
at least
match
walks outside those walls, but he's gonna have to go through another set of walls.
टोटम और फ्रीज है भाई. 3 तो नहीं होगा मेरे ख्याल से.
Maybe it's just clever
But भाई
at this
बहुत
point
मजा आ रहा है
to
attack
use the
देखो.
action figure ability early, which means like the queen ability, to just spawn more DPS on the field, so he's moving quick.
म्यूट होता नहीं है भाई मेरे में. मेरे को आता
So
नहीं म्यूट
far,
करना है.
okay, now he's popping that ability. There's as well the freeze, the giant now running in front. He might be able to open that compartment for him to be able to reach that air defense. This will be a tough follow-up. 15 seconds. I don't think that he has the power.
No, there's no wall break here.
Okay.
Only 10 seconds to go. Warden goes down. He's gonna time fail this one. Queen and bowler
Time
probably will be
fail?
enough
मेरे ख्याल से
to
वैसे
make
fail
their way
होगा.
through. especially if he had a wall right. Oh, he even take out the air defense, and it's at 97%. And the ice golem on the defending CC
ये मस्त
helps
attack करा भाई
make the
देखो.
difference. And that is something you have to think about. Can you lure those ice golems somewhere else to try to take them
अभी तक
out
का
while
best
your
attack.
queen and bowlers can move on their own
हो
and not
जाता
have to
ओके
get
हाँ
slowed
मोल लेता
down.
रहता वैसे.
And that
जल्दी पूछ
is
जाती चीजें.
the difference maker here. So close for Javi.
We have seen that yesterday. Yes, the percentages are really good. 97% means that as long as we're not seeing a 3-star on the other side, it is going to be the percentage you need most likely. At the same time, though, we had a couple of matches where there were many of those close attacks, and if you
try my best,
convert one of
guys.
them into a 3-star, those percentages do not matter, and we're seeing Dark Star again.
Yeah, I mean, I already
with
banned okay,
his
मैं करने वाला था.
crazy plan here.
Oh, boy.
We have the Fireball and Balloon Puppet combination. We have
Whoa,
the
Fireball.
Flame Finger set up at the top side. So let's see if we can get that
Queen
Fireball
charge चल
onto
रहा है
that
अभी.
Rage Tower. And wait a second.
क्वीन में अभी तक हीलर डाले हैं नहीं उसमें.
Okay, that's crazy. That is a base which I attacked in Clamwoodic. So this is not a fresh base. I have no. Why are we using burn bases? What's going on here?
पुराना भी चीज
Well,
करा है
maybe
वो.
he's trying to fool him. Maybe he's trying to catch
Baits
him
होंगे देखना
out by
चाहिए इसको
surprise.
पक्का.
But we're going to see the queen charging her way through with this Monopero. And the warden is a sacrificial warden. Yes, you saw that correct. The lava loon puppet is on the warden. He is meant to use a fireball, meant to get the value, and then he is gone. You're not meant to use him at the rest of the attack. It's crazy to think about, but it is
My
true.
favorite player in COC Sport is live.
Needs to get out the mortars on the left and right side. And now he's using more invis.
Oh,
There we go. Fireball is hitting the target, and there we go. A big part of that tunnel.
क्या ही मारा भाई.
He's now using
Air
the
Warden.
screen as well at the bottom side to push into that tunnel section because there are many heroes, and
Queen
that
वापस आ गया
fireball
नीचे
on
वाली
this
side पे.
base is just so devastating that it's a lot of power for the base gone. But still has the core left. He has to have an answer for that revenge tower, and this is now with the
रॉकेट लॉन्च तो फूट जाएगा भाई इतना और हीरोज से.
Queen has to charge her way through, but cannot
और
lose
सेवरी
the
डालना
queen.
चाहिए
One
मेरे
of
ख्याल
Duke's
से.
moving to the revenge tower. Got to use a spell up there. Oh, tell him about the revenge tower. Just
RC में Hawk देगा
goes with a
नहीं.
nice stun for the Duke, so can help take that out. Royal
Oh,
Champions
भाई
coming
Queen
at
के
the
healers
same
मर
time.
रहे हैं.
She grabs the spitter. Duke's now moving to the core. The Queen still
Oh,
alive, taking out the defending heroes. Look at everything come together at the end for Dark Star.
But the healers are
बचा
gone.
कुछ
The
भी नहीं है
Lord
भाई,
took
बेस
them
में सब
out.
निकल गया.
Is that still fine for him? Because now the minion prince is
पीछे से
encountering
cleaner
his
डालना है
queen.
बस.
The invis I think was wagged at the top that he misdeployed it. He wanted to use
Queen गई.
the minions for cleanup, but he used the
तीन तो नहीं
invis
होगा.
on the edge of the base. More loots are happening. There's still quite some base left. Can those loots
What do you must
overpower the
do?
rest? Is this
Come on.
one misdeployment of the invis spell going to be the deciding factor?
क्या ही
Because
plan
that
करा है
Tesla
भाई.
on the back end and time ticking.
Uh-oh.
I think that invis just
ओए,
made the
हो गया
difference
time पे
because
ले
he
भी.
could have turned the queen invisible and protected those healers.
Oh, one rocket loon and a Tesla, one rocket loon and a Tesla. The Tesla's gonna
नहीं,
stay up and
वैसे
take
फिर
the
होगा.
rocket loon down. Oh no! But it was at 97 that came in from Javi's attack
वैसे फिर
here.
होगा
And is it
भाई
gonna
ये.
hit at 97? With 10 seconds left, the minions are trying their best to get as much percentage as possible. But like you said, the one spell swag on accident cost him
अभी भी
his
reported
queen.
gaming percentage से
She
तो आ
went
ही गया.
down and down goes this attack. Darkstar so close, and that's why it's so critical that you have to keep that queen alive in that instance so she continues to clean up. And man, just trying to execute that plan is so impressive.
क्यों काउंट कर रहा है तेरे काउंट से कुछ नहीं हुआ
It
भी
is
समझा.
so hard. You have to pay attention to so many different things. Setting up the fireball, making sure that
20 second
the
बाद,
queen is
okay.
always going into the right direction. Because remember, a warden charge, you have to pay attention that he's not going down. A queen charge, same deal, but at the same time you have to funnel her and really make sure that she's going the right direction. All of that multitasking is not easy whatsoever. And in the end, it is just this one
आ गया
spell
भाई,
which has cost
defense
him
आ रहा है,
big
max
time.
करा बेटा.
Can
बड़ा
VA
इंसान आ
esports
गया
now
देखने पे.
somehow turn this around into a 3-star for them? Because this would mean they could have the lead in
जीतेगा next
stars.
time.
With Max sending in the Duke up top. Chaining into this air defense. Gonna move through here. We do have a giant arrow with that
Oh, भाई.
queen. That will have to
Damage
fly
आ गया
to the
बहुत
base
ज़्यादा
somewhere.
ही.
Maybe he's gonna look to try to snipe some sweepers and maybe even 2 air defenses is probably what he wants to line the
Must.
arrow up for, as this Duke is charging through the scatter. Does make that invisible. Probably would have loved to help take that down. Now moving into the monolith. Yeah, he definitely wants to grab the scatter. Maybe turns back for it.
आ गया मोनो.
No.
ओश.
No, but I think the monolith is the most
Sweeper
important thing
पे
for
आपको
him
है,
right now
Peter.
here to take that out. And he as well with the explosion.
अब बंदे देख रहे हैं, इधर भी
the
logger को
speaker
कम use
would be
कर रहे हैं,
quite
मतलब.
nice. Another invest
सारे
is
बंदे logger नहीं
invested,
लगा रहे
so overall he's
इसको
putting
भी
a
use
lot
कर
of
रहे हैं
effort in
पुराना.
there. But that clank house get lured as well with the explosion.
बना
He's
तो
taking
दिया मैंने,
most
मतलब
of it out.
preparation के बनाया, summer jam का
He
बनाया.
lines up the arrow with it. It could go down, but it is getting repaired, so it will get healed back up slowly. Depends on what he's waiting
Same
for.
भाई builder पोर्शन
Not
से use
entirely
करो.
sure. There
बना
goes
दूंगा
the
ऐसे
arrow.
वीडियो, चलो
Enough.
कल बना दूंगा.
They waited too long for the CC. I mean, nothing air should come out. There's probably some ice golems or whatnot in there. So these Dragon Riders, Lava won't pull anything out unless the Queen somehow gets in range.
But that is
Okay.
really something you have to consider now with the new levels of the Builder Hut. They're repairing quite quick. I mean, you need to be fast in adjusting things like the arrow if things are not going down and getting killed back up.
Warden ability.
It's really fast overall. A nice warden ability, keeping everything safe. He has that mini prince ability as well, which he can use whenever he wants. Using the overgrowth at the
बहुत मस्त
bottom
जा रहा है,
side,
है
since his
ना?
troops are already right next to the revenge tower. But that thing hurts.
It does. The Revenge Tower is nasty, but he has removed it. We are continuing our way down south. Does
Duke
go
को
with
भी
the
कर दे
rebound
दूंगा,
on the
पर
Duke
कहाँ जा
down
रहा है
the
Duke?
core. That overgrowth will eventually wear off the Duke. Oh no,
Ah.
the Minion Prince just went down.
Duke नीचे
Came
आया
back
तो
to
मेरे
life
ख्याल
with
से
the
ये
Phoenix.
वाले चीजों को तो
Can't
खाया
really
था.
get much else other than that Tesla. The L tower is barely staying up there, not going down. Now the Warden's getting picked off. The Duke probably won't be able to make it much further up through the top side, especially with an air defense left. But this is going to be a defense from Einstonian.
That's right. The defense should be in there. At this point, it's just all about how many more percentage points rocket loons are sent in.
ओपन ही
Not
मैंने
sure
पे बनाना
exactly
चाहिए
why
था.
into the Duke passive, but
अबे
just getting
Duke
at
पे,
least the
पर Duke
expo
इतना वो नहीं कर रहा
out.
था.
And this means it's going to be an 82%, it seems like, where Kenny snipes our buildings. The minions up at the top for the gold storage, and yes, 83%.
हाँ सारे डिफेंस आ रहे हैं भाई, एक भी ट्रिपल नहीं
He'll
हो
take
रहा.
83, but of course he wants to be in the 90s, where Darkstar finished with a 95. So the percentage game for VA was a 78 from Electro,
ये सिर्फ
Javi with a
83 हुआ.
97, and then Max with an 83. But on the other side, for Repotted's Max 88 and Darkstar 95. So right now, percentage
हाँ वही Zeus के सामने कैसे होगा
on the
भाई?
Repodded side, but again, no 3 stars yet. And if you want to win the war, you're most likely going to have to at least get one
अगर
of
एक
those.
3 आ गया ना बहुत प्रेशर आ गया
Rising
भाई.
Repotted had 14 stars in the last one. It
फिर
seems
तो
like overnight things have cooled off for them.
Yeah, and you always have to consider as well that, especially being the first qualifier, teams might be not 100% familiar with, okay, what are the other teams playing? What is their meta read, for example? But when the first
Uish.
day of the qualifier has happened,
Uish.
you can adjust your bases, pick the better
Bueno,
maybe
मेरे ख्याल से
troops
ये
and such
war
to
का
really
मेरा favorite
adjust
player
your
है.
traps and placement and everything. And I feel like that has happened for sure, as we see now the next attack for reported General X
तो
is
सर से
back
Queen आ
with
चुकी है,
his Queen
मोड़ने
charge
तैयारों के
control
साथ.
army composition. He really likes
ये
to
तो
set up the
Queen
flame
charge ही
finger.
चल
That's
रहा है.
something which he does quite a bit.
Grady Raven के साथ.
So has he already deployed it because he has it selected?
Yeah, with the Queen charging away to the right, wall breaking into
Wall
the monolith.
break.
So he wants, oh, wait a second. Oh, no.
Oh.
General X, unfortunately,
Healers
the Queen
मारेगा वो,
has
भैंस
gone
की
off
उठा
the
लिया.
wrong way. Gonna pull her back early now. Did pull some tassels, so the flame fling gonna work through those. But what does he do? He wanted to get that queen in the monolith, probably even pulling out that clank chaos.
ऊपर का तो एरिया आ जाएगा देखो पूरा
Now
अब.
he has to completely adapt to his plan. Ice Golem deployed down south, while breaking into the logger.
कहीं प्लान चेंज मारा भाई स्पीड में.
That monolith unfortunately will be staying up.
Yeah, he's doing now the same Super Bowler entry which he planned, but with the big difference of not having the monolith. He's just saying, okay, let's hope that something's
अच्छा, वही
taking
करना था
bad
उसे.
out, because the skeleton spell can really nicely distract it if needed. Since it's so isolated, there is no multi-front towers or anything like that, so that's what he does right there. The monolith is really bad versus that spell, so
आ
things
गया
should be not
मोनो.
looking too bad. More about this
बट उधर से आर्मी
split.
थोड़ी फैल जाएगी ना वो
But
दिक्कत
with the
थी.
Dragon Duke and the King now on the left side, that might be actually not too bad.
problem is the queen. She's staying solo to the left. She's not following to the super bowlers to the right side, and I think he's lost his
ड्यूक
warden.
कैविटी मारनी चाहिए मेरे
The
ख्याल
warden
से.
going down means he can't continue through those walls, and those super bowlers are stuck. They kind of split. One goes off through the right side, opens that wall with the assistance of the flame flinger. Queen's ability goes off. King's trying to make his way around the edge. Probably does have spiky ball. But again, another attack that's fallen short. There's no way he's going to be able to pull through, especially with a revenge tower sitting on the backside of his base.
Well, you had to say it. You would be surprised if this is a 10 to 10.
क्वीन अभी जिंदा है भाई.
far,
क्वीन को हील कर
no
दे तो
of
मजा आ
those
जाएगा.
teams is getting their 3 stars in.
भाई ये तीन हो
They're
जाएगा
actually
क्या?
now trying to improve the percentages with every single shot of that flame finger. The queen and the action figure are trying
Flame
to
finger
improve
में
the
है क्या
percentage further
भाई?
as well, but it's not going to make it
पर
any
नहीं होगा तीन
further.
तरीके
Can
से
he
ये.
get the 90% with whatever there is? What is it? Triple Yeti, I think. Yep.
Those
Yeti.
Yetis can help you maybe get 1 to 2 buildings here with all these
दो
Yetis.
building
You're up
निकलेगी
to
इससे.
Wizards up top, and Hunter to help.
तीन
drive.
building, दो
Drive
निकलेगी.
88, 89, and that is all he's gonna get there. Oh no, 90% 2-star for General X.
तीन कैसे होगा?
Definitely not
Revenge है
happy
वहाँ
about
वही.
that, but after 3 attacks each, Potted do have the lead. A
ये मस्त था भाई
54.6
साहब,
to a
पर फिर भी.
51.6. They'll take the lead as much as hey, you know. In
तीन
this
नहीं
point,
हुआ
they
क्या भाई
still
इस
have
बार में?
Dice and Phillips still a go for them.
I wanna
But
see 3-star.
Resnick and Oscar Mudd, can they step up for VA and put the pressure on Repotted?
पोस्टर भाई का फेल हो
Anything is
गया.
possible, especially with such a close match, because just one 3-star can shift and completely change the momentum for any of those two teams, because they would take the lead
मेरे जैसा
guaranteed.
खेलता है
And it
मतलब
seems
है.
like that both of those teams have prepared
मैं
those
गेमिंग चेयर
bases
पे नहीं हुआ,
quite
ठीक है ना?
well. And this means
मैं कोई तो अजीब से भुट्टे सी चेयर पे हूँ
do
जिसका
not
नीचे
seem
का
easy
लाल है और जो
whatsoever. So,
पीठ वाले ने वो ब्लैक
we
है
have
मुझे
now
पता नहीं क्यों.
we have now
पुरानी
as
चेयर है
well,
बहुत
someone on
ज़्यादा
the
ही.
Repotted side who is
This,
it can
Oscar
be,
mode
a
आ गया
little
है
bit
लेकिन.
sketchy
It will be,
at
it will
times. But first we're seeing another
You might
super
go manager.
bowler
Let's
approach
go.
with that queen charge opening and the angry jelly. So let's see how much you can actually get it if you can get the revenge tower.
let's see, with the charge from the right side, getting slowed down by some air skellies, drops the ice golem to freeze this damage.
नीचे
up.
का लाल है, काला नहीं है वो.
Oh,
लाल है
no,
जरा.
the wall break failed. The ricochet cannon getting the bounce is taking
पर
it
मेरी
out,
क्वीन नहीं
drops the
टिकती यार
second
इतना.
one,
इसकी
and
क्वीन क्या
does
टिक जा रही है इतना. एक
successfully
स्केलेटन डालनी
open
चाहिए
the
ना.
wall to allow the queen
पर
to
वहाँ पे
charge
वो
in.
है.
Yeah, watch
Super
out test
tower.
for the regular one, because at those corner walls you usually have spring traps. And that's why you have to test with regular wall breaks. Make sure the
बता
super wall break
सेनोरिटा
does
से अटैक
not
करो
get
उसकी
taken
क्वीन
care
किसके
of,
देखो
because
सेम है दोनों की.
regular wall break, 2 housing space, and then the super version being 8. You kind of really want to make sure that the super wall breaker is hitting the target you're going for. Recalling the
मैंने
queen,
न्यू आर्मी ट्राई करना
perfect
चालू
opening
करा
so
है. मेरे को पता
far,
नहीं
getting
किसने
a
बोला था
huge
करने
part
को.
of the
न्यू
base,
आर्मी नहीं
setting
बोला
up the
था.
pathing, and he doesn't need to worry about the revenge tower on the back end whatsoever.
मैं
But
same
that
आर्मी कर
tower
रहा था
section looks scary.
नहीं इसका
I
ड्यूक
mean,
का
so
हल्का सा
far,
एबिलिटी
so
चेंज है.
good. Nothing really has gone wrong. It's all leading up to charging these two bowlers in towards the core. Keeping the king and the duke to the edge. They're helping try to grab that nice one over there, distract the long shots. The king, though, has been forced to
Pew.
ability. That is not ideal. You don't want to have the king's ability go off too
जाओ तो
early.
बढ़िया
It
रहा
looks like
भाई,
it did,
देखो
but he
भी.
does pull out the triple
बस वो
ice
बॉलर
golem.
की
You
हेल्थ
see
भी
him
कम हो
have
चुकी है.
poison. Is kind of thinking he wanted there might have been a furnace in there, but no. So hopefully
खुद
those
से
ice
नहीं
golems
आता
stay
एक
in
ही
the poison a
मिनट
little bit longer. They need to go down, but
करते रहता
they
जब
will slow
तक
everything
मैं
down.
ना बोल
Unfortunately,
दूं.
the Duke also has been taken out.
Oh no, the timing with his funnel troops was not good whatsoever. The lava
ये जा चुका
launcher
है.
non-stop firing, and the
Okay.
torch is going to run out somewhat
इसमें पता है आर्मी
soon
ना
because
बीच में
he
बहुत
had to
बहुत
go
स्पीड
through
बूस्ट
the
होती है फिर
triple
गायब हो
ice
जाती है आर्मी
castle.
सुपर बॉलर्स की.
And we have a revive spell now happening. That warden leaving the troops alone and getting the healers as well.
इसलिए I
to
think
one
I should
super
use the
bowler
lava
to on
loon
the side
attacks.
is not
And I'm a
helping
lava loon
whatsoever.
also.
Those ones who
I'm
are
lava.
trying, the warden steps out in front, sacrifices himself for the queen, but she goes down as well. And we got another defense here, and unfortunately they were not able to take advantage of an opportunity, but
पीछे
I
already
think the next
okay.
attacker for Repotted will be Einstonius.
Good.
And that is where the risk is going to come in. He's probably going to do another similar attack to what we saw from Darkstar, which he was doing the fireball, lava
What is
Loon
the
puppet.
Zumbra
The problem
Buller
with that
doing?
if you lose your queen and she does not charge in to possibly continue and grab a town hall,
Okay,
the
निकल गया वो भी.
attack not only can be a low percent, it
81.
can easily turn into a 1-star. So the next attack for Repotted Gaming is going to be the
वो
most
भी
risky.
अच्छा है. Yes.
Yeah, but we can really see now with on the defensive side how the teams are
अभी
preparing
तक
for the
3
next
नहीं
day.
क्यों नहीं
Because we
आया
have
है?
seen from
3
TI
करो भाई.
esports quite some super bowler attacks. They knew that they would charge on the opposite side of the clan castle.
DD बन
And this is
जाएगा
more
ये.
something you have to go into. Like, where do we expect the charge? If it's
देखो,
not
बॉर
near
में
the
बिस्किट
clan
ला दो, वो
castle,
खाऊंगा,
the
ठीक
triple
है.
ice golem is pretty much
इस
just
वाली वॉर
right
को खत्म
away
होने दो.
completely denying the entry. On top of that, they kind of messed up the
अरे,
timing with the
81%
funnel shoot,
गया
where they
सिर्फ.
were already at the town hall when his
इससे ज़्यादा
main
मैं कर
push
सकता था
only
क्या
just
उस
started.
बेस पे?
So there were a couple of missed timings in that attack, but overall
10
the
लाख का
decision
मुझे दे
of
दे.
Repotted picking 3 ice golems was the game changer of wasting so much time
एक
from that
ट्रिपल एंड
torch.
गेम डन boy.
Now, as we have mentioned, Repotted is up next with a risky attack most likely. We have seen it triple and we have seen it 1-star yesterday. Do we see a 2-star or do we see anything like the other
चलो
two
भाई आ
options again?
जाओ.
Well, he wants
आ
to
गया
get
भाई.
look at a 4-star, you know. Let's see. I mean, we all try to get 4 stars in our
Specialist
attacks, right?
here.
Especially when we're down by so much in wars. But we're
ये
gonna
वापस
see him
वैसा
go
attack
for
क्यों
that
कर रहा है?
triple. We do have
जो उस बंदे ने करा था.
attack, which is the fireball lava loon puppet. Here we go. Got to keep that queen alive. Pulling some sneaky air mines
Einstein है
again.
वो,
Moving
Lightning
rock
का
moves,
मतलब.
dropping a couple hoggies to test for traps. And
नहीं
even
हो रहा और
more-
Zeus के सामने competitive करने आ
even more rock
गए.
moves to the far right side, and there goes the flame flinger to help move its way.
उसका flinger देखो भाई, कितना मस्त है.
And it's gonna try to
3-4
work
चीज़ तोड़ेगा
the
सिर्फ
whole
पर.
attack.
Okay.
Fireball. And it's
भाई.
landing, getting the clan castle as well out as
Fireball
well.
जाता ना
Because the
भाई,
clan
ऐसा
castle
क्या
is
ही
such
हो रहा है
a
भाई.
key defense, and you do not have to
मैं
be close,
MG
for
की साइड हूँ,
example, so
MG
such things
team.
are quite
उसका मैच
valuable.
आगे आएगा
Yeah,
अभी.
the more charge tower and the other
इस मैच में मैं
going
reported
down.
के
I've seen some people
साथ
being
में हूँ.
confused about sacrificing the warden that way and bringing the lava loon puppet. Well, any other warden equipment does not give you the same value,
Okay.
because now he has at least gotten like 2 to 3 more defenses, while RaizeL, for
Let's
example,
go for a
would
3-star
have not done
guys.
anything. So it's like the still.
रेज हो गया.
more than
हो गया
nothing.
वो आ गया.
Yeah, it's just, hey, might as well get the benefit of
Ball
the extra
break नहीं है क्या?
defenses, which you would not have gotten with any other
है तो.
ability.
वो भाई
We
town
have
से निकल
rock
गया.
moves coming into the top side as well. Queen is charging her way through, but we noticed one thing. He's already secured the town hall. Doesn't have to worry about that. So, no
DS
worries
निकल गया
about
भाई.
getting a 1-star because he'll definitely get the 50%.
मैं
That's
जानता
going to
नहीं
be
हूँ,
locked
मतलब
up
मैं
in the
जानता हूँ, वो
back
नहीं जानता
soon.
मुझे.
As he can then try to wall break this queen into this compartment.
भाई flinger देख के
Gotta
मजा आ
keep
गया
her
इसका.
alive. That's a critical thing. Okay, Invis, when are you gonna wall break to keep that queen charging through?
वो
I was
किधर आ
about to
गया
say,
वो.
I'm surprised that they're not sending in ice
Nice
golems, because I
rocket
feel like
loons.
ice golems are such a big important part of this strategy, because you can save so many spells. As well, I was surprised. Why did they not
हाँ,
wall
वो
break
fireball
the queen
rocket उनका
earlier,
upgrade
because
ही
as
बढ़
well losing quite a few healers. with
बीच
this
का area
angle,
बच गया भाई
and as
अभी.
well a lot of damage on that queen. Let's
Duke
see for
deploy
how
होगा
much
मेरे ख्याल से
longer
इस
we
वाली
can
side
keep
में.
her alive.
हाँ,
We
गया.
have now the Dragon Duke starting at the bottom side. This is now the
RC
last
left
60
side.
seconds of this attack. This is the most stressful part, because this is where you have the Dragon Duke, the Roy Champ from the left side, the Queen. You need to keep everything alive and add some rocket loons. Well, that's
ओके
it.
क्वीन की एबिलिटी आ चुकी है.
Queen ability
RC
goes off.
मस्त
He's
चल रही है,
got
उसमें
freeze,
Phoenix
he's got
आराम से
totem.
मोडलेस को निकाल
He
लेगा.
drops- is that an earthquake
बस
in
उधर
the
एक हीरो
core
वो
as
दिक्कत
well?
ना
The
दे.
Royal Champion trying to get the seeking shield.
DD
Oh, no,
पहुंच
he
चुका है
already went
बीच
early.
में.
Oh no, there it goes.
भाई.
It flies across. Rocket Spear as well. They're all converging
गई.
to the core. We've got the Duke making
भाई,
its way
ये
in
तो
the middle
3
of
हो
the
गया
field. 3
भाई.
seconds. Look at everything fly right on in, and look at that. He is shushing.
क्या ही
the
3 स्टार करा भाई
getting
ने.
the 3-star for Repotted. And the risk pays off. A
भाई
clean hit.
मजा आ गया.
And getting that talent down early is definitely nice. You don't have to worry about possibly 1-starring at that point, but a 3-star now puts the pressure.
Whoa.
Yeah, the key for this strategy is
Yes, जीत
quick
गया.
Guardian access, because
W
if you have a
attack,
quick
भाई.
Guardian, if it's a long shot or a logger or whatever, this is like the worst possible outcome, which we have seen yesterday, by the way, where he did try to force it on a base. Not go in his favor, but whenever you have like a somewhat exposed town hall, this is where the strategy
Yes.
really shines, and you usually always find some type of fireball value. So really nicely done by him, and this means he has now gotten the first 3-star in this match. And this is now a lot of pressure on VA Esports, because not just that they have to now tie up the stars, but as well, even if they do, we have the percentage lead still on reported side.
And the thing to think about is these pros, they can't really necessarily do that attack right off the bat that we saw from Repotted, because that takes a lot of practice.
इसमें overgrowth है पर
I feel like things would go wrong pretty quickly, so you have to adapt.
मैंने ना सुपर बॉल से तो overgrowth नहीं देखा अभी तक, पता है मैंने खुद ट्राई करा पर मैंने देखा नहीं किसी को यूज करते हुए. भाई इसका फॉक्स मर गया.
But that's where it sets RPG apart. But here we go. They need to get this one. Can VA deliver the 3-star?
इसका ड्यूक, ओ भाई
But even if they do get a 3, then
रिवेंजर पे आ तो गया भाई वो.
it will be just a percentage game.
निकल जाएगा रिवेंजर तो आराम से अब.
Let's see if he
आ गया.
right through the core, and the
CC में निकल गया.
goes down. The CC building does indeed stay up.
ओके वो अपने सुपर बॉल
Yeah,
आते
this
हैं मैं
time
शर्मा
looks
बोला
way better
उनको.
when it comes down to the path in which he was able to provide. There's
जिसका
nothing on
नाम
the bottom
RaizeL
side which could
नहीं.
work away as long as the wall break is happening. It does. Now the push is starting. So really good setup initially. Can he get to the core? We are seeing so many of those long shot guardians.
मुझे पता नहीं क्यों लग रहा है कि ये 3 मारने वाला है, पता नहीं क्यों. किंग एवरी बहुत जल्दी आ गई पर.
See how the different teams are having
But गई
different
अच्छी
meta
है.
reads when it comes down to the guardians and what they think are best.
एबिलिटी.
Yeah, hey, that's what everyone has their own opinion on. That's great. Unfortunately, the Smasher might not be a part
Warden
of
ability कब आएगी भाई?
You know, maybe one day. But we're
क्या आ
going to see
गया?
that Warden ability going off right with the torch, trying to path his way into the core. He's set up a
Queen
nice
बाहर जा रही है.
layer, kind of just going straight into the course, taking that down all, except the Queen, she's kind of got a mind of her own there. She's not going around the Warden. Queen, step into the Warden circle. Step into the Warden circle, Queen. You can walk through that wall. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, भाई
No,
Queen को
look at
देखो.
that. Queen stepped right on in at the last second to get into, well, her own compartment that she'll be stuck for a little while in.
भाई हो जाएगा ये 3.
I mean, that's the great thing about the Monolith Arrow, right? Like, she still keeps that 5%, or what is it with the level 21?
Oh,
Like,
no,
something
Monolith
like
Arrow.
that.
She doesn't have it. This is the mirror and the giant giant.
Oh yeah, it was the Duke Charge opening. Okay, okay. I was
चल
about
चल
to
चल डाल दे उसे.
like, get 4% more damage.
भाई
against walls,
3
like,
होएगा.
big value, but okay, she's stuck there for quite some time, using the mirror and as well the action
भाई
figure
3
to
मार दिए इनने भी.
some help. That back end looks crushed.
Very nice attack, and now this puts a little bit more
भाई
pressure
साहब ये
on
मस्त था भाई.
Phillips' attack. Can't
इसने भी
just
3
get a
मार दिया.
2-star and walk away with this one. So
क्या ही प्रेशर में अटैक करा होगा भाई
what are we
साहब
gonna
इसने.
have here? VA Esports answering when they need
बचा रहा है
it.
भाई टीम को है.
Meaning the door is still open for them. So this is going to put them at an 87.8%.
स्टार्स में तो बराबरी हो गई देखो. अब लास्ट
With
अटैक है भाई
RPG
दोनों का.
sitting at a 74.6. That means all
हाँ,
Phillips
instant
will
निकल
have
बाद
to
तो फंस
do
जाते भाई.
percentage is quite far, to be honest. 67% to win this one. A 66 is a tie, but a 67 is a victory in the end. All
चलो
it needs
next
to be
attack का time भी आने वाला है
67%
बस.
too, and
15
RPG
में.
is moving on.
I have to laugh right now because I see Bash texting. It's like 68% to win. Now I'm wondering, do I trust Carbon math or do I trust Bash math? Because
I did the math, and it's accurate. Okay,
Obviously,
it's
everybody
accurate.
is like,
I trust my math. Bash nothing against you.
फिलिप आ चुका है अटैक
There
करने
might
के
be
लिए.
some history of getting the math wrong for Bash.
एंग्री जली चार्ज
Body
होके.
him out just like that. But okay,
Oh.
yeah. So we have the percentages set. We know what the goal
चार
is here
invisibility
for
spell हो रहा है.
Philip. We had
मस्त
already
निकालेगा
one
आराम से चीजों को.
star with the Dragon Riders earlier yesterday.
स्प्लिटर भी आ जाएगा.
So let's make sure that he's getting
ऊपर का रिको भी आ जाएगा.
all value needs, everything, and setting up the pathing and getting that town hall.
ओके.
They charge right on through, taking this value. Town hall's up top. Make sure you go into
Value
the
तो है, value
tunnel,
को मस्त
don't go
बिल्कुल.
opposite. Royal Champion is going to come to the bottom side, off to the left.
Everybody
Earthquake's
got
help. You know,
got-
hey, the Duke is taking the Air Expo to help protect the
ऐसा
Royal
तो
Champion even
wheelchair
more.
में
Let's
रहेगा,
go.
कैसी
We're
रहेगा?
going to have the RC skip through.
बातें
Ninth
भेज
in
रहा है,
air
कुछ
defense,
नहीं यार.
ninth in the spell tower, and get some extra value.
भाई ऊपर से आ
Some
चुके
nice
पूरी
value.
आर्मी.
Now he's taking the closest path to victory with going straight into the town hall.
अरे
Let's see
वो
if that's
गलत
going
हुआ.
to work out. The
Ice block.
did hit the. I'm even sure if there
टोटम
was
डालनी
something
चाहिए ना
in
मेरे
there,
ख्याल से
but we have now the early
ओके आ
warning
चुकी
ability
है
to protect everything.
पर
But
गलत
right
टोटम
now,
एक
though,
तरीके
they're
से
skipping most of the troops and heroes around that town hall and flying right past. They need that minion prince to do some work.
Yeah, he'll be able to secure this town hall, no worries. He's almost at the percent needed. Passing into the 60s.
इसका ड्यूक अभी भी जिंदा कैसे
The
है
Inferno Dragons moving their way through the top.
वही
The
एबिलिटी के
town
साथ
hall
में है
goes down, and Philip has now officially surpassed the winning percent, and Repotted Gaming are walking away, advancing to the next round, and unfortunately sending
Repotted जीत गए,
VA
okay.
Esports home. They will have another shot next month, just like all of you at home watching as well, where you have to compete. But it's a tough road, and it was a tough match here. VA put up a fight. Repotted Gaming was struggling in their hits, only the one triple, and that was clutch
डाल
because
दे
VA got a triple in the end. They needed that.
Can they still make it, by the way?
I think so. Well, hold on, we bench tower. No, we bench tower. I think
नहीं
so.
होगा
Okay,
तीन
never mind.
Yeah.
I think you have seen the reaction from Philip as well. He was like,
He's like,
oh
oh,
wait,
no.
can this still work? And then he saw it's like the red
RP
showers
versus
going
Zuzu
crazy.
वाला
Like,
final में,
never
let's
mind. This is not going to happen. But overall, 97%, sorry, 98% with that Raven going from safe distance. Wait, I think he
Raven
can
मस्त है
outrange that
भाई।
as
I
well,
think
right?
so too. Yeah.
मारने का स्टाइल मस्त लगता है
Yeah,
रेवन का
every
बस
time.
भाई इसका रेंज है क्या
Yep. Don't mind
Yeah.
me. Getting some hit points here.
Yeah, I remember in the match yesterday, the Raven
इसका range अच्छा है भाई।
in the core of one of the attacks. I was like, okay, yeah, then he definitely can outrange it here, but unfortunately won't have enough time. Too bad he doesn't have that extra
नहीं
boost
होगा,
like he does
98 ही
against the
रहेगा।
Forges. But it is a victory in the end for Repotted Gaming, keeping their lives in the lower
भाई
bracket.
आइंस्टाइन तीन
They'll
नहीं
have
मारता
to
अगर
wait to
इंडियन
see who they
टीम
face,
आ रही
which
तो
will
एंड
be the
सब्सक्राइब कर
next
दूंगा क्या
match.
मतलब है
CB7
किसको किसको
or
सब्सक्राइब करेगा पर
Aztec. And either one of those going to be tough opponents, but you know they're going to be focused and ready to go for them.
Yeah, and a lot of those results are so up and down.
अच्छी
We have
नहीं,
seen
Wiz
reported
Tower का
yesterday
range
14
कम है।
stars today, 11 stars,
नहीं,
right?
सही
Like
है।
it's hard. Let's see if
7
they
मिनट
can
बाद है अगला मैच
somehow be more consistent with the next match again, but they have to wait and find out
तुझे
who
क्या
they're
मतलब
actually
है?
going to face because
Let's unsubscribe
that
BD
lower
X
bracket
basis.
is stacked.
So this is where the attack in the beginning
Omkar Rudias.
plays a role. If Electro started off with a 3-star, they would have won, right? They would have taken it. He had those 2 triples to start in yesterday's matches, and they
W
would have
guys
set the
playing
tone. It would have
top 8.
made Repotted Gaming way more nervous going into their attacks as they
मेरे
kept
को
failing
रूडी
and
से
failing
जान
and
बचाना
failing. But
बस
finally, Antonius got that 3, and they were able to take a deep breath. And that
ये
didn't go
वीडियो
their
पर
way.
बातें
They know they're
पहनने
gonna
आया
have to
भाई
improve from this one. I guess you could kind of think about this
Yellow
as the
rating का क्या मतलब है?
warm-up, moving on as they have to win several more matches
वापस बेस
today.
हिट करने
Today is the day
बैठेगा क्या
we are giving away the
अभी 7
golden
मिनट है ना 7 मिनट
ticket.
में हम लोग कुछ और करते चलो
So let's take a look at the
वो मस्त
updated
लगता भाई।
bracket.
ये सही में कुछ मस्त करा भाई I am let's go चुप करान बंगाली and who is number 1 येलो रेटिंग क्या होती है भैंस की मतलब येलो रेटिंग से ये वाला भी हो रहा है ना वो इसमें गोल्ड पास इतना महंगा क्यों है खा गया ओ नहीं आया अब तक 15 3v3 का ओके मुझे नहीं आई एम अननोन मेरे को बहुत कम लोग जानते हैं जैसे कि ABD P1 नॉट माई सेल्फ पूरा पैसा चुरा लिया तू तुरु तू तू तुरु भाई मैं क्या यूज़ करूँगा भाई, मैं तो अगले से अगले महीने यूज़ कर सकता हूँ। बॉम्ब टावर अच्छा है क्या? मैक्स हो गया, ले दूसरा वाला भी करता हूँ। 7 लाख चाहिए भाई, 70 आई मीन। I cannot myself, हाँ वही है। मैं ट्रैप्स कर रहा था, पता नहीं क्यों। मैं तो अगर मैं ट्रैप्स कर दूंगा तो चल छोड़ो, लेट्स गो। टेस्ला को लगा दे, टेस्ला लगा दूंगा मैं, पैसा नहीं है अभी। अबे रून यूज़ करूंगा अब। टेस्ला कहाँ पे गए मेरे डिफेंस मैक्स हो ही गया बस। टेस्ला -1 बची है। कौन जीता? मेरा नेट चला गया था, रिपोर्टेड गेमिंग दी थी। मैं थोड़ी जानता तुझे दल लिया, क्या मतलब है हैं? क्या बोल रहा है वो? हाँ मेरे को दिख गया। TS 12 और 11 के 15 का शायद से। हाँ ये 15 का है, TS 15 का। ये वाले, हाँ ये वाले में नहीं खेल पाऊँगा मैं, मेरी आईडी बैन हो रखी है। मेरी आईडी अगस्त में खुलेगी। 17 कर दो इसको। नहीं, मैं सोचा इसको 16 पे रखने की, पता नहीं क्यों। Who knows? हीरोज अपग्रेड करना है भाई, हीरोज में बहुत ध्यान देना पड़ेगा। Who knows, who knows, who knows? 15 कप अगर मैं खेलता ना, यान को अपना चेला बनाकर जीत जाता। वॉल मैक्स करो फिर। हम वॉल मैक्स करनी है, यस। हैमर जैम मैं करूँगा। नहीं हैमर जैम, समर जैम में वो होता है यार, पैसे उड़ाया था फिर हाईवे पे वो। दो मिनट में ट्रिपल प्रैक्टिस, लेट्स गो। मैं ये वाला मंथ नहीं खेलूंगा, मैं नेक्स्ट मंथ खेलूंगा, अगस्त का। मैं वाला मंथ नहीं खेल सकता हूँ। मेरी जो अकाउंट है वो चुन्नू सा बैन हो रखा है, चुन्नू सा। 30 जुलाई तक बैन है मेरा अकाउंट। ओके, टाउन हॉल कब से? चुन्नू सा क्यों नहीं खेल सकता मैं? चुन्नू सा बैन हो रखा हूँ, चुन्नू सा। वो मुझे 2 मिल गए, पता है ये। मैंने वहाँ से मैं पिछले साल पता नहीं क्यों बैन हो गया। पिछले साल से तैयारी शेयर था याला।
And energy, looking forward to
ओ भाई CV7 का मैच है अगला।
match where every single attack could be the decisive blow. You do not want to lose your eyes glued to that screen. The lower bracket continues now with another elimination round where
मेरी आईडी क्लीन नहीं थी
and
पहले।
Vatic are going
वो
at it. Yet another knockout
नागिन खेल रहा
bout.
है मेरा फ्रेंड।
Well, with this matchup, CB7 and Vatic are ready to go. CB7 with Warman, Anakin, Movie,
21
Henry,
मिलियन
and
सब्सक्राइबर
Otasa.
में
But of course,
4000
our fan favorites, you know them. We got Vatic.
2.6
but CB7 is ready to go, and can they take
भाई
down
सुमित
a
अगर कर रहा होता
juggernaut
है फिर
like
जुड़ो कर रहा होता अपने
Vatic?
चैनल पे।
Ash.
That is going to be the question.
काला नहीं है वो, ठीक है ना, वो बहुत गोरा है भाई।
But also shaky
वो
at
जिन
times.
समझा था वो, हाँ वो है भाई।
Whereas CB7, they had that really clutch attack from Anakin to finish off their last war. So this one should be really entertaining, just like our previous match.
Well, I think we are going to get to hear from Vatic. Let's listen in.
अब यहाँ पे जो भी स्ट्रीम पे बैठा है, ये कोई भी नहीं बोलेगा कि हमने अनाकिन को हरा रखा है। बार बार वो भी।
I hope this year will be different because we tried to do
ठीक है ना?
a full French team since a lot of time.
Looks like
It wasn't
41 years
possible
old.
for many reasons. This year we were able to do it.
Yes, I'm
so
supporting
I
CB7
hope
this
we'll wish
in
us
this
luck
match.
and we will get it. Vatic looks very good with Sinte comeback because we used to be good friends in the
Yes.
past. So now
bit old.
everything is fine and we are ready.
ये नया अनबीटन है गेम।
The biggest challenge was definitely to qualify for the stage
Vertical
3
player में वो
because we are
बात
in
नहीं
boot
है.
camp and it would have been a disaster to be in boot camp and doesn't qualify to stage 3. It was close because we went into the lower brackets, but we made it.
RPG हाँ RPG
Becoming
दोस्तों अलग लगी टीम
champion
था.
would mean everything in the world, much more than
वो
money.
हटा दिया बैटिक वालों ने. Bashing.
Man, that guy has got a great face for camera and is sure happy to share all the details that have been going on in the background. Vatic, with a boot camp taking place right now, are all live, all sitting together, all strategizing, and it's got that communication,
Zeus
that
कौन है?
teamwork,
अच्छा,
that
Zeus,
synergy
okay.
that can take a team from the lower bracket all the way to the top.
Yes,
Bash, do you think that they have got what it takes to maybe win it
Okay.
all?
You mentioned the boot camp, and they've been doing this quite a bit, even from last
मैं
season.
बॉर्बन
I think
लेने
it's a
जा
good
रहा था, भूल
team
गया.
building thing, because if you look on social media, it's not just all clash, which I'm sure they're getting tons of clash in, but there's a lot of bonding time over food, a lot of bonding time over sport. So these guys are really getting closer as a team. And now with that French connection, you really got to like what they put together this season.
I love it, and I think that this is just exactly what Clash needs. Everyone focused together, getting together, sharing ideas. I think that they have really got a great chance to make it work, and the community seems to agree. With 2/3 of the vote now in, Vatic Esports has got the community's pick to win this next
Create
match.
all
CD7 has got an
starting with
uphill
5
battle
players
flying
from
back
all
against the French
teams.
Titans. Carbon, what do you make of that community prediction?
I'm gonna
you know
choose
what?
an
Let's just
Anakin.
get into it. You can tell us as the match goes
Okay.
forward. Sinte is going to be our first attacker
5
against
teams, right?
Warman. CD7
Can I choose-
and Vatic are on the line for their lives.
All playing from one team?
Do it!
And Cynthia is starting off with a
Whoa!
skelly.
Bye.
No. Okay, we saw Ness do it, and he's doing it as well, taking out the whole core. Inferno's
ये क्या हो
going
रहा
down.
है?
Oh my!
उसने skeleton कराएगा सही में? भैंस की आँख.
Usually, what happens when I try it, I always forget the rage spell, and then my skellies, I drop them, and then nothing happens.
Funny enough, Carbon, I tried a Skelly Donut the other day, and I changed my CC and forgot the race spell. Funny that you say that. I'll either do that, or like I'll go for like 2 or 3 targets, and I'll infizz most of them and only get 1 target. So getting 4 big defenses down is massive value to start this match.
And you can imagine at the stage like this, your fingers have to be like shaking, and you still pinpoint accurate with the Skelly Donut.
Ice Hound
It's
ला
so
लो.
impressive, as we're going to see 3 Ice Hounds. And I didn't even take a look at the army. This is a Skelly Donut
Is that
follow
follow?
match.
Yeah, as we were talking, I did the same thing. I glanced down because it's the Skelly Donut. That's all inspiring. And then you go with Lalo. I mean, something just has
और
some
उसने
of
Duke
the
से वो क्या
coolest
value खेल रहा
attacks
है?
in all of Clash of Clans. And hopefully he can get rewarded because I love when creativity gets rewarded.
भाई
Indeed,
3
as
मारेगा
he's
मुझे लग
putting
रहा
his way
है.
in towards
ओए
that town hall. We unfortunately
ये
do
logger
have a
बहुत खराब
sweeper
चीज़ है
pushing
भाई.
in the direction of it, but the
खा
ice
गया
wolf, if it
आदमी
dies
को.
here, it perfectly get for. Oh, we got actually
Oh.
pushed away from freezing the back end sweeper. That's unfortunate. He is gonna have to go with an early freeze on the super wizard tower, but this flash under the rage spell is a lot of damage here.
Yeah, a lot of damage coming in, but the Minion Prince's ability is going to slow those defenses down along with
एक
some
और
of
आएगा
those
वो.
freezes going off. He's pushing through. I mean, if you look at the backside of the base, the Monolith can be overwhelmed with the balloons. He still has 1 more Ice Hound to be deployed, so if the timing can be good here, I don't know.
तीन तो
Only
नहीं
4
होगा.
balloons. It was looking good, and then all those balloons just kept getting shot down there.
Yeah, unfortunately, the 2 sweepers pointing in each other really mess things up and slow those balloons down. Does find the Giga Bomb there, moves his way into the raid spell, but the Monolith on the
You
backside
have to
will
spam
end up
raids, yes.
staying, and he won't be able to push his way through. And really, that town hall.
If that
compartment
minion goes
was
to the right side,
nasty.
that will be so
Just
amazing.
really changed this whole attack.
And that was such a
You're the
cool
baby
open,
there.
too. Between the sweepers and just everything around that town hall. Just too
Logger तो
much
खा
for the
गया भाई.
Lalo to overcome.
Logger और
I mean,
sweeper
Ice
दोनों
Lalo
साथ
is
में
definitely a thing that
आर्मी
we're
को पीछे
seeing
फेंकने में
more
कोई
and
दिक्कत
more
नहीं.
of in Clash Esports, but it is also still one of the hardest attacks
मैं
to
तो
pull off
पहले ही
in
बोल
the
रहा
game.
रोज
To be able to pick
लगता
up quite a
है.
few buildings up there on the top side as long as that baby dragon and that booger stay safe. They should be able to push. Oh wait a second,
Okay.
I made that up because he's only got 5 seconds here. So this one's going to be about 83, maybe 84 by the time it's all said and done. 83% will be the number.
Yeah, 83 there for Cynthia. Nice try. Unfortunately, not going to get as much percentage as he was hoping for, especially was looking to try to get a 3-star, which he was able to deliver a 3-star yesterday, but not coming in here. And just like we saw in the previous match, a lot of the attacks started off slow. Is it the nerves? Is things coming through? Now Cynthia can help plan, help be a spotter for his teammates in their attacks. And it's actually way easier for him to be a spotter since they're all in person.
लड़ने मत चालू हो
Definitely
जाओ.
a really nice thing to be
Lota
right there,
sa.
kind of over the other guy's shoulder if needed. But I feel like these guys trust each other and going to give each other enough
Dragon
space
Duke
unless,
Charles,
like, you know, ask for it.
Hydra.
I don't think Seth's going to
No,
be
no,
in there
Hydra.
just like sweating someone.
Mars.
Lotus is going to be our next attacker, and he's going to
Drag
come in with
Rider.
the Dragon Rider attack with that bang charge. I mean, this is definitely one of the absolute favorite attacks between
Yeah, kind of
the
15
Riders,
euro.
the Hydra, and the Super Bowlers. These are definitely running our meta. It's just all about the variations and the entries, which we've seen a lot of different variations on that.
With this push to the top side, did take out the one hero of the mini prince. Now getting stalled off on the king, but now moving towards the multi.
देखो.
There, will he go to the queen
King.
eventually? He's taking his time here, finally investing in the next invis. I guess he's really trying to time that spare fox ability, but it's now gone.
Fox तो गया अभी.
Takes out the enemy queen, takes out the defending king, so several of these heroes are pretty much gone now. But he's not going to be able to
अगर वो अंदर आया तो और
the
अच्छा रहता है.
revenge tower as the arrow of the queen
आर्मी डाल दिया है
does come
पुलिस ने.
through.
You know, Carvin, you and I talk about like being inspired by these attacks. Funny enough, I was trying a
भाई
nuke
TH के बहुत दूर
charge
से आर्मी आ रही है
in my ranked battles, and I went up against a similar base, and I didn't do so hot. So let's see if Lanasa can do better than I did here. It's so cool seeing how these pros play, but when you try to replicate it, even not in esports mode, it is so difficult. It takes so much practice and so much skill and finesse to be able to get these skills down properly. Now,
Warden
make this
already
approach
must.
to the town hall, protecting all those dragon riders with that warden's ability. Here comes the big surge through that town hall compartment.
मस्त डाल दी
Now
टोटम
with the
स्पैम.
totem down
क्वीन
south
निकाल दी उसको.
distracting that logger. Queen is still alive.
पीछे भी जा रही है भाई
Does
मस्त.
revive
उधर
as
और
the
वो भी
Duke
डाल दिया
goes to
बढ़िया
go
वाला.
for the revenge tower.
रिवेंज टावर के पास में हुआ है भाई.
Coming down south has 2 more rock rooms to sneak in somewhere. Maybe to the arch tower to the left side. And have to wait for that overgrowth to wear off. And the Duke, his own Duke, actually died a second time to the top side.
ड्यू कितना वो नहीं हुआ
I mean, he's
रिकॉल
still
के
got
बाद.
quite a bit. It's just really that back end compartment. I mean, that's always the thing. Can you get through
Last
that
वाला
final
अटैक कितना
compartment?
परसेंट था?
There's
Last से
not
कम
a
गया
whole
है.
lot left here. It's going to really be on that minion prince to do a lot of the heavy lifting. As we got a couple Inferno dragons, maybe just one Inferno dragon. Now there's 2 in there, but that Duke is fading ever faster. And this one's actually going to be very close to Sente's
Last
attack.
वाले से कम गया भाई.
Sente was at what, 83? So yeah, this one might be just a little bit higher, but not too much.
Yeah, Cynthia did finish at 83%, but hey, 1 billion
लेगा भाई,
is
लेगा.
all you need at the end of the day.
एक लेके जाएगा, एक
Now
से ऊपर ले
have
जाना
a
मारूंगा
victory. But there's a lot of attacks to go. 2 building lead at this moment. Will
Okay,
the
super
Archers
ही है
grab
इसका.
the gold mine? I think they will indeed. So an
86.
86 has been secured for CB7.
Don't use your
but,
brain, AV.
You know, you wanted to get closer to that 3-star. Things kind of fell short. Things didn't go
Percentage
exactly
से
to plan,
काट रहा है
but he
इसको health
adapted.
की.
Got the 86%. Got the lead at least to start off this match.
2% की लीड भाई
A
साहब.
small lead, but I mean, it definitely feels good having that lead. The way these wars have gone, I mean, anything can happen. We've seen 1
Yes,
stars
and I
in
can will do
multiple
3
wars.
star.
We've seen 3 stars coming in at the most improbable times. We've seen back-to-back 3 stars. A lot of war to be played, but with this one being 3% after 2 attacks, I'd say this is still anyone's ball game. We'll see
Try hard versus
Tryhard
Nagin.
coming up next, one of the veterans of this Vatic squad. He had some success yesterday with the throwers, but he's going to go with the Dragon Riders. We
Angry
actually saw him
Jelly
do a nice
bhai sahab.
follow as well, so showing tons of variety in his attack strategies.
Yeah, with this dude
Ah.
going through double sticky air mines through the face to the top side, trying to push into the spitter
कर दूंगा
from
phone एक बार से
behind
और
it.
क्या.
We do have the scatter shot hitting him. Gonna go with the Dragon Riders. Continues with the Invisit. Rocking up top into Air Expo, pulling more sticky air mines.
था पर उसने
Anakin
second hit में
had that. Those sticky air mines
कर रहा
ready to
था,
go
okay.
and try to stop a Duke charge up there.
Yeah, you always would have tried to stop
Ah,
the
green
Duke
waste
charge.
था.
Duke does get taken out through that last invis, but I don't think he was trying to get too much more. Obviously, if you could get the logger, that'd be great, but he didn't invest too many more, or didn't have too many more spells to invest either way. He's gonna go in with
17-18 से भी ज़्यादा था.
naked
Hard.
Skywagon here, just kind of up on its own, just using
भाई
those
मेरे
troops that are
ख्याल
coming
17
out
में
of it.
फूट
Remember,
जाते
you get
हैं.
those extra troops
This is
along
good
with
base,
your
okay.
clan castle
ए वीडी
troops.
build नहीं
It's a
करना है
nice
बस, ठीक है ना?
tool to have. Some skeletons coming out from the witch from the clan castle, and he's going to collapse everything right into the middle now.
With the
Okay.
Dragon Riders now coming through.
उसने ice block मार दिया उसको
Nice
lava
block onto the
lava
lava
उनको.
hound. It does still pop as the ice block was there because of all that damage. And he tries to continue through the enemy queen.
बीच में बहुत ज़्यादा heroes है यार. Air heroes दोनों के दोनों. और logger भी है. वो दिक्कत देने वाली चीज़ है पता है.
And there we go. Warden
आगे
the
warden
Turtle
ability
Throne
भी.
gotta push his way through this core.
2 totem है.
Along with the Dark Orb from that Minion Prince to slow down those
अच्छा, कल
defenses
वीडियो आ
and those
जाएगी.
heroes and Guardian in the middle of the base. Remember those riders, they're not going to attack the Guardian or those heroes, so they're kind of on their own.
ये
That's
फूट
why you
जाएगा
have
मेरे ख्याल
those
से, पता
Inferno
नहीं कि
Dragons and
vibes आ
all
रही है
those little
हल्की
troops
हल्की.
coming out to help
पर
deal
नहीं
with
फूटेगा
those
ये.
big
एक
heavy
eyes
hitters that protect the town hall.
गोला में
Dragon
कहाँ
Riders
पे
now starting to push
होगा.
around to the outside. You see the overgrowth on the
Easy है
bottom, but
क्योंकि
look what's
उसमें
overgrowth there.
Duke
The
है और
Revenge
Duke
Tower,
और
the
power है
monolith.
इसको
When those
next
wake
month
up, he's got to
balance
deal with them
changes में
quickly. Still has
power
one freeze
कम
and
कर
one
देगा.
totem
Okay.
spell. But will that be enough to get through those hardest hitting defenses on the base?
That Revenge Tower is there, all charged up, and even
Oh,
gets pushed back by a
Sweeper
sweeper.
को
Is he
देखो.
going to try to turn the Revenge Tower around?
Oish.
Yes, it finally does go down. Hold on. We got a monolith. 40 seconds left. 3 rockets. 3 rockets need to be used at the perfect time. But that sweeper is such a problem here. Oh, and the warden gets hit by it as well.
Oh, last totem goes in there. He still has 3 rocket balloons.
निकल तो रहा है भाई,
Look at
देखो
that air
base.
defense looming back there. Gets highlighted
Oh.
right now. He's going to try to snipe it out there. And the rocket balloons get it down. He's still got
Triple
minion
हो
prints.
जाएगा
He's
क्या?
still got a couple riders. But does he have the time?
Triple
Carmen,
हो जाएगा, time
15
fail हो जाएगा
seconds
भैंस की.
with 9 buildings. I think he's going to time fail here.
Yeah, especially with the king there. The minion prince will get stuck on him.
अपने builder से बना दूंगा.
Gonna absorb all those
Okay.
shots there. And Tryhard is going to run out
Time
of
fail.
time. And we got a 93%
ये मस्त था
there for
भाई.
Vatic. CB7, you'll have a shot. You triple, you take the lead. So the door is open.
हाँ भाई ट्विटर पे आ जाएगा ये base.
Us casters.
ट्विटर पे
take
सारे
Vatic
base पे आते हैं भाई.
unanimously, all to win this match. But you know, there's people picking CB7
Base
to
builder
take
की
it.
वो
They're the
जान
underdog
खा रखी है
here.
भाई Twitter
And
ने, है ना?
underdogs have been winning matches this weekend.
I mean, look at the last match. We all picked RPG, and that one came down to the final attack. Wasn't quite as close as the scoreboard may reflect with the
मेहनत लगेगा वीडियो में
11-11,
कल.
but I mean, that was still a very close matchup until the last few attacks. So I think it just kind of goes to show the
मतलब?
level of competition that we have this season. I mean, a lot of these teams just feel so close. And
अच्छा, तू
realistically,
base बनाया
you just
क्या रह
don't
गया?
know what's going to come
Hesky.
in any attack. It's Henry.
It's
will be our
Henry आ
next
गया भाई
attacker.
attack करने के
He's
लिए.
kind of had a struggle throughout this qualifier. Would love to see him get on the board with a big attack. Doesn't even really necessarily need to be a 3-star or really high percent, but still chasing that first 3-star would be a great accomplishment for him.
We does start off by removing the clan castle. That
सबके
is
पे
nice.
free
Don't have to
mail
worry about that.
leak.
As the Duke continues
More
through this
base back,
defensive
okay.
minion prince, down he goes. Air skeleton.
बस करो Henry.
Never mind. Oh, getting pulled off to that king. Does time the Spirit Fox ability here. Tries to pair in Rocket Loose.
Fox जिंदा भाई भी.
Can he get in towards the core? Where is
अंदर नहीं जा रहा Duke इसका भैंस की.
That is
Oh!
the question. Will he go into the Revenge Tower or
Abhi
will he
bhi
go to
bahut
the
zyada.
exterior? He does go to the exterior and takes the pot shots from that air defense. The Revenge Tower will remain. So he's going to maybe have to adjust or try to figure out a plan because it definitely felt like he wanted to get that Revenge Tower down if at all possible. So has one more invisibility. May elect to use it later. No, going to go ahead and use it right now and just get a little bit more value out of that Dragon Duke. Here comes a Rocket Loon in as well, distracting that enemy Duke and some of those
Funnel
takedowns, some of those
bhai, इतना वो हुआ नहीं
Here we
है,
go,
है ना?
Calvin. The riders are in from that 6 o'clock position.
Yeah, they're moving their way
इसको
around.
आरसी से जल्दी निकालना पड़ेगा. भाई इसका आरसी का एबिलिटी गलत दिया गया है.
Assist her, but he's gonna power his way straight into the core. We got rocket balloons. Oh no, regular balloons coming out of the Skywagon off to the right. But a Warden ability. Oh, he did turn that Revenge Tower around, but the Dragon Rider can't finish it off, meaning that
Oh भाई ये वो निकल गया.
Clutch to take out the Revenge Tower.
Barely on the last shot from that Dragon Rider. Big pick
Warden गया भाई.
Now he's got to push through the middle of this base. I love the overgrowth position
MP
and
ability
timing
aa
right there. Great timing to push those riders right through some of those key defenses. Needs to push to that
MP निकाल लेगा
backfire
उसको तो
spitter
चलो
and that enemy
टाउन हॉल
Duke.
को
Still has
ये
the
लो जा रहा है
revive in
भाई
hand. He can bring his Duke back to help out. But man, Carbon, where did the Dragon Riders go?
Well, they died to the Giga Bomb right in the core. Took so much damage, but luckily the Minion Prince was there, helped secure the Town Hall. And we got the Warden, which is now dead. Now it's at this point trying to get as much percentage
डिफेंडर है
as
भाई
possible.
बैठे
Minion Prince goes down, not able to finish off that air defense, and another lower percent here, unfortunately, for CB7. And this one is turning out to be a defensive showcase here today.
It's Henry's struggles still continue throughout. Let's see if we can push it up to that 80% mark. He might be just short of it. 20 seconds, 1 minion on that bomb tower. No other free buildings around to be had.
वो बॉम्ब टावर तो नहीं
it's
फूटने वाला
Henry's
शायद
just,
से
unfortunately, having a tough go here in our qualifier.
Yeah, unfortunately, not
हाँ
going
जब तक
his
नहीं हुआ अभी तक है
way.
ना
The minions grabbing the bomb tower, maybe. No, he's going to finish at 79 there for CB7. Percentage-wise, 35.2 for Vatic, 33 for
परसेंटेज लो हो चुका है
CB7.
दोस्तों अभी
Vatic have a little bit of an edge right now in this match. Again, it all matters on who can get that first 3-star.
Yeah, the stars are obviously the biggest factor there, but we also saw Vatic have a 10-10 match coming
Kingsman आ गया भाई
into stage 3 over there in stage 2. Going to be the Captain Kingsman coming in next. I mean, we were just talking about it's Henry's struggles, and Kingsman, you've talked about it quite a bit, Carbon. He's been struggling as well.
Oh,
But
by
we'd love
throwers.
to see him get on the board with the 3-star.
This is the time now, Kingsman. The captain needs to step up. You haven't tripled once in stage 2. Can you do it? Not at all there, or even yesterday. So now is the time. He's been bringing throwers. Can they capitalize? Can they move through into the core? Oh, Atassa pops. Does that cause an issue with some throwers here? He does wall break to the left. King needs a funnel. He does. Throwers are coming back into the core.
भाई throwers जा रहा है भैंस
They
की
are right back into the court. There goes those zapping out those key defenses. The battle builder stays up, but he did get
Lava-
those other
troop
defenses
launcher.
that he was after. But 3
Going for
battle
the
builders
kill.
in there, healing the town hall up could slow down progress
Angry
a little
Jolly,
bit.
okay.
Now he's just fighting to keep these throwers alive as
भाई
long as the healers on
throwers
them. They're good,
का
but
सीन
man,
होगा मेरे को
look
लग रहा है
at
पता
those
नहीं क्यों
throwers. They're actually thinned out quite a bit.
लॉगर दिक्कत देगा
He's
भाई
blading out the lava launcher, which helps. So especially
Okay,
the
Logan
warden
ऐसे इतना
to
कुछ
stay
करा नहीं
alive.
अभी तक।
Many times the lava launcher just
लॉगर कहीं और मार रहा
casually
है
snipes the warden out.
Logan
The
गया।
healers aren't healing him up. But Duke
ट्रूप
has
थोड़ा रख
been
जगह
moving
फेंक रहा है
away
भाई
from into the
किंग
defense,
को
into
सराग
that
करवा रहा है
wall. He
वो
does go with the stun. Throwers are going to be able to work onto the town hall now. Queen, though, she's over to the far left side with that king.
ड्यूक भी मस्त काम कर
Throwers
गया
to
भाई
the core, and hopefully his heroes can
ऊपर
continue
कमेंट
to
बहुत
move
ज़्यादा है
through.
ये
Still
पर
has a warden, but it's only going to be a life gem, raise gem combo, so not going to really do much when he pops it.
Yeah, just give him a little bit of health recovery. The big thing is that Revenge Tower is still looming there in the back. And
Warden
we've seen
ability
it.
पे भी
The
वो है बहुत
shred
मस्त दोनों टोमों के
troops, shred
साथ से
heroes. That will shred your entire army in a hurry. One thrower soloing the scatter shot there. We see the spiky ball coming in from the king, but the oh my goodness, that Revenge Tower, it still remains, and it is just
Yeah.
going crazy right now, eating everything. alive.
Revenger
Maybe
सब कुछ
he
खा
was
गया भैंस
alive.
की
Well, he had some distraction
Oh,
now.
my.
Oh man. Wow,
सब
look
कुछ
at that
खा
percent
गया
coverage.
भाई वो
I think he could have brought the Duke while the King and Queen were in there on the Revenge Tower. Maybe he got through that. I don't know. It's still protected by the storage. It's just a tough go here for Kingsman.
Yeah, unfortunately, Kingsman is still in
Duke
the
जिंदा करना चाहिए
slump
मेरे ख्याल
right
से
now. He
ये
is
तक थोड़ा बहुत लो
definitely,
गया है ना
you know, he's thinking about it. It plays a role on your game plan. You know you haven't 3-starred and you're having to think about that, but it's hard. It's hard to try to put it out of your mind. Unfortunately, another lower percent here, but
Oh.
is he going to switch it up? He's kept it with the throwers a lot. He's also done Super Yetis. He's done those attacks a lot, but has he wanted to maybe try the Dragon Riders? I mean, obviously, Dragon Riders has been used by so many people, but just not going his way, shaking his head. But
Free to
you know,
spells.
percentage though is still 2-star
दो
game at
ऑप्शन
this
है
point, but a low
बैक
percent,
एंड से जाके
73,
टू
and
स्टार सिक्योर
that
करें या
unfortunately
बैक
is the
एंड से
lowest one
रिवेंजर
in this
टावर
entire
वन
war
स्टार
so
जोन
far.
Yeah, I think I think you might be onto something there.
Let's go
The throwers just
CB7
aren't
क्या करेगी
really
अभी?
working for him, if we're just going to be honest with ourselves. He had an 80% with the throwers yesterday, 73% there. He did do a queen charge into Super Bowlers, and that was 95%, so significantly better on percent. Not a 3-star, but I mean, I would take a 95 over a 73 any day. I mean, even if you get close to that 90 mark would be big. But it's also, you know, when you're in that slump and you're struggling, it is there's like that mental block there. I mean, I've been there recently, and I just know, like, even if you have guys helping you, it's just such a struggle to get out of that slump.
RC थोड़ा बहुत value निकालेगा इधर से दूर
Because
से.
he's a really great guy, but his team needs him. If they can pull through this one, they need him to get it together for their next
मुझे अच्छी
matchup.
vibes आ रही है इस वाले deck से.
Gosh, I was gonna say you were in the slump recently. I'm gonna say I'm in the slump all the time with my attacks. You know? But we're gonna see Mugi come in
ये
for
RC का skin कौन सा वाला है भाई?
CB7 as a baby dragon up top, helping to grab those outside buildings.
Clash
RC
World Cup ले
does come
रहेगी?
back to life. Did activate that rage early enough and won't be able to grab that air defense unfortunately, so it does stay up. But here we go with the Dragon Riders to come through with some Inferno Dragons. What is the path thing? Is he going to try to go with the Revenge Tower or is he going to go to the top side? Ooh, Skelly up there, Duke, and okay, so he is going to go to the top side, take advantage of that Royal Champion funneling value.
Great value that she put up there. Now the Duke, oh, he's going to go ahead and use that stun gun and stun all those defenses along with that defending Duke as well. How those Dragon Riders are going to be able to push through the middle, freeze onto the sweeper right there that
oh
just
भाई
gets
क्या
taken
टाइम
out.
पे टूटा
And there
डाला
goes
वाला.
the Warden ability to protect even further.
मस्त.
With that Warden Belly pushing through the town hall.
OG किधर डालेगी भाई?
Did have that poison destroying out the
Revenger पे या फिर
CC.
इधर?
As we have the
Multis
Ice
पे.
Bomb freezing on the backside of this base with an overgrowth. So he's being patient with the overgrowth usage here.
Rage Star पे डाला है.
Finally now actually uses it on the backside. Scatter, multi, or multi.
तीन तो नहीं लग रहा मुझे बहस किया अब. आखिरी में Revenger बाकी है अभी भी.
Revenge Tower is there and it's waiting bash.
Yes, it is, but he's being very wise with the spells. I'll give him credit there. Realizing that the
दो
Revenge Tower's
freeze,
still there.
दो
He's still got
totem, एक
freezes,
invi
two
है भाई
photos,
उसके पास
and
अभी.
even an invisibility. Ooh, look at that, sniping out the multi right
और
there.
उसने Duke को
Now,
छोड़ दिया उनके ऊपर जाने के
perhaps
लिए.
gonna try to deal with the Revenge Tower here with his Duke. If he can push that Duke in there, that'd be
Oi.
awesome. But he needs to protect him. Oh my,
Yeah.
Invi
Even the
अरे
Inferno is still dealing some nasty damage. The Duke can get some passive health
two
back.
freeze.
But man, he let him take a lot
But
and
still.
even more. Oh man, that revive almost feels like a little bit of a waste.
MP का health काफी अच्छा है पर फिर भी यार.
Unfortunately, not able to
एक
time
freeze
it
से वो
properly.
हो नहीं
The Duke
पाएगा.
went down. He's got one freeze left. Uses it onto the Revenge Tower and the defensive Duke. We have the crowned minion prince there trying to
Defensive
help.
Duke भी
And
जिंदा है पर
down
अच्छा
he
परसेंट गया.
goes,
90
and that
ऊपर गया.
Revenge Tower is always a pain. If you leave it up for the end, it is going to shred through your
91%.
I think if he would have like brought the Duke back,
92 होएगा
kinda
क्या?
as everything else was making the approach, it would have been a little bit more effective. I
91.
don't know. I mean, it's always tough with the timing. Obviously, I'm just sitting here at the caster desk, you know, enjoying my day, enjoying the views of the Clash of Clans scenery. But I think the timing could have just been a little bit better there. But Carbon,
with that attack.
Talk about it.
Yeah. Now CB7 has taken the lead in percentage, 51.2 to a 49.8. So now it's going to CB7. Is it going to be a two-star match in this entire war? In percentage, we saw in the last match, Repited Gaming, they won on percent. We did have one triple from them, and then VA got
Anakin
tripled
करेगा
at
भाई
the very
triple.
end when it kind of almost didn't matter at that point. Just kind of put some pressure on Philip. On this one, it could come down to the very last attack, meaning you triple, you win. But still, all these attacks relatively have been lower percentages.
लोटास आगे ऊपर. भाई लोटास
There's
से
no
भाई बहुत
attackers
थोड़ा
that
लग
can
रहा है.
step up for Vatic. It is these. Not and Nest for X will be up next. So not
Okay, Raise
with
start
a
with
little bit of
fireball.
a Lalo. We got a fireball as well, I believe, on this Warden, a minion prince. There it is, Invis. He's gonna launch and hit the range spell compartment. Monolith goes down. Oh, nope, just kidding. It barely stays up.
Yep. The battle builder was in there.
Oh भाई
just in
इसको
time to
health पड़
save
रही
the
है.
mono. Keep it up, but look at this. The air warden now will be able to snipe out that ricochet cannon. It's that those extra little fine details that you don't see. Like I would have had my warden on ground and he would have been already taken out here. But in not seeing that that's a ricochet cannon, obviously won't target the air warden. And now he can take that out and then pull his warden over to the minion prince. Beautiful play.
Very nice. We have the Skywagon off to the
Attack
right.
on the
Remember,
side
once
se.
those troops die, we have the
Right
mini
side
prince
se
can get
Skywagon.
charged up and get larger as we have an Ice Hound freezing right on up near that CC, pulling out a Witch from the defensive tank castle. Another Ice
Oh,
Hound.
logger ka log dekho bhai.
Second time. And these balloons kind of very, very low health and no warning until to really
Poison
attack.
spell work
They
करता है क्या
continue
उसके
to
ऊपर
push
logger के
towards
ऊपर?
this town hall.
Oh man, those balloons definitely took a beating early on, and they continue to
Ah.
take a beating. Still has a big handful of balloons, 14 balloons remaining. But really, he's just trying to thin out and get that padding set towards that town hall. Minion Princess in there taking out
Next
the Guardian,
match,
gets that
शायद
down.
से.
But now that monolith, if it locks onto the Minion
Next
Princess,
match
it's gonna make
Zeus
short
versus
work
MG
of them.
होगा शायद से.
Oh, nice
क्योंकि
invisibility
दोनों
there.
टीम तो हो गई हैं
Starting
वाली
to
अभी.
sprinkle in more balloons from the bottom. Still has Royal Champion to play.
Hold on.
Ooh, this
या
could
फिर
go. This
CV7
could
अगर
go.
win करेगी तो CV7
You got
में
the
भी होगा.
RC still. Oh, the monolith stays up. It's
RPG,
has to go down.
Reported
Warren, come
Gaming.
on, go take it out. Finally, the monolith is secured. And the Royal Champion needs to clutch this one with a nice freeze. And I told him,
टोटम है भाई, हो जाएगा के?
Oh, and he's dead.
बच गया वो
Oh,
यार.
man, I mean,
Okay.
it's that revenge
Hold
tower,
on.
Carbon. It's that revenge tower again.
ओ इसमें Phoenix लगा हुआ
You
है.
cannot leave the between the revenge tower and that minion prince on defense.
बट नहीं हो गए.
This just got shut down.
बड़ा अच्छा बटन गया
at the
है.
back. These guys. It is the toughest defense on the base.
96
We've
आएगा
seen it.
जैसे,
If you do
96,
not have, I
94,
mean, even Mugi's tech, he
95,
has spells
अच्छा
for it,
अच्छा बटन
but
गया
just
था.
kind of mistimed it. That revenge tower can single-handedly stop any attack.
It is definitely the strongest guy on the map. We used to think and be scared about the Eagle Artillery, but not an Eagle Artillery anymore. The Revenge Tower
95.
has taken its place as the
96
head-on
आएगा क्या?
trying to
नहीं
come in to
आएगा.
get a little bit more. 95%. This does raise the percentage up for Vatic to get closer to try to take the lead. But we will have Anakin and Warman in Ash. It was Warman and I believe Anakin, both of them, that clutched up triples to help push them to this round in the lower bracket.
अनेक हमेशा
Right,
लास्ट
over
में टेक करता है
Transcendence, their
भाई.
last matchup, they kind of struggled in the early game, and then they're back-to-back closers, closing out the war with 3 stars. And if they can get 2 3-stars right here, they will
मैं
eliminate
नहा कर आ गया.
Vatic
क्या क्या
Esports.
मिस किया मैंने.
Yeah.
It's kind of
फर्स्ट मैच
a wild
रिपोर्टेड
thought,
गेमिंग जीत
but right
गई.
now, I mean, with that
अभी इसमें
95%,
अनाकिन
you're
खेल रहा है
feeling really
जो मेरे
good.
साथ वो
Look
खेल
at
रहा
how
था
this war's
TH15
gone.
वर्सेस
It was a plus 3
TH15
advantage
और
for CB7.
18 का
That
मैच था
plus
जो.
11 advantage for Vatic. Now back to a plus 7 advantage for CB7.
वॉरमैन का टैग आ
So
चुका है.
if Warman
ओके.
can get
फोन में खेल रहा है और वो.
close to or
बाकी
over
सारे बंदे
90%,
आईपैड वाले
we'll
बंदे
say,
बहस की.
they will continue with the advantage, but anything less than 88 and Vatic will be back in the lead. It's going to be super bowlers for Warman.
It can go either
Let's go.
way, but we have the Duke up top chaining his way through. And you got to get the value with the Duke to start.
वो वाला सर पी को.
Try to time the spare possibility and does exactly do that.
आह
There's an
नाइस.
exit just in case to make sure the Duke goes down south.
मुझे भी लगा था
And
ऊपर
okay,
जाएगा.
actually changed through the king into the mortar and took
6
it
आईपैड
down.
किड्स का क्या मतलब है?
Oh, but yeah, now that King's kind of just lingering there and just being a little bit of a nuisance, has to use the invis. I mean, he would have used the invis either way, but just lost a little bit of value out of the Duke with the King. And again, that King. And now the King will actually be close enough to the storage that he can chain over
अभी
and
भी एक
get
और
some
भी
more
बाकी है भाई.
values to be had here. Just setting up everything, setting up the pathing, and that King is still there being a nuisance.
ये किंग बहुत टाइम खाता है पता है
Finally
भाई.
taking the king down, getting pulled to some of the air skellies, and
क्योंकि उसकी health एक तो बहुत ज़्यादा होती है.
Sweeper is gone, getting pulled to the
अगर इसने इस वाले रेंजर को निकाल लिया.
He's gonna die to the explosion of the Duke no matter what. And down goes the queen. Nice job. And that is some great
डीलर पर
value to
होकर
start.
बैठ के यूज
Warman
करते हैं क्योंकि
looking
डीडी
good.
चार्ज में फॉक्स बेस्ट काम करता है. और किंग का वो देखो भाई साइज.
But that Duke got pulled in and just did the work. Now look at that.
भाई
King
दोनों आइस
go
गोलम एक साथ
with
मार
the
दिया
giant
उसने.
gauntlet in hand. Ice Golem is going to freeze him up, but the King will absorb that. Remember, he gets that little bit of reduction when you have the
Okay.
giant gauntlet on there. So now the Super Bowlers can just trounce through the middle of Tryhard
भाई
face.
Oh, right through the red air
ये
bombs,
बहुत
right
ज़्यादा
through
खतरनाक
Ziggy
जा रहा
as
है.
he's moving his
नहीं,
way
मैं नहीं
through.
खेल रहा हूँ.
They're speeding their way up back, and RaizeL goes
Kind
up.
of
He
watch
needs
party.
these bowlers to stay alive. He decides to rage them up, gets the skips on through.
भाई इसका अटैक बहुत ज़्यादा
Come
स्पीड अप
on,
गया है
Warren,
पता है.
continue to step through. Those two bowlers are dying, but
ये
we
पता
have
नहीं क्यों
Queen,
3 स्टार वाली
we have
वाइब्स दे रहा है.
Revive. What does he decide to do? Come on, the Monolith is
अरे
the biggest
Duke.
threat now.
this just faded so quick. He got so much damage in a hurry, but also
हाँ,
at the same
Fox
time, the
और Angel
board
से
just
अच्छा है
got
वो depend करता है
obliterated.
चीज़ों पे यार
They are gone.
कि तुम
Queen
किस
is
टाइप
hanging
से
on
उसे
for
यूज़
dear
कर रहे हो
life down
तीन
there
तो
on the
नहीं होगा
bottom side. Remember, this needs to push up to round 88 to keep this war squared. Anything less, the Vatic are going to be in the lead. Vatic can control their own destiny with Nest 4X coming up.
88 वो तो Vatic
This
आप
continues
लीड
the
में
way
आ
it's
जाएगी सकते हैं
looking.
ना
Oh, he's got the revive, but the
88
revive's
से
going
नीचे
to go
हुआ
right
तो
into the monolith. A little bit nervous about this.
Duke आ रहा है
Holding on for dear life.
88 से तो नीचे रहने वाला है
Vatic are going to be back in the lead.
Yeah, unfortunately, Warman falls short. And
Vatic आ चुके हैं दोस्तों वापस से लीड में अब
was the torch the cause of this
अब अगर Vatic ने
failure? I
3
would
कर
love to
दिया
see if he
तो
did
CB7
go
का कोई
for it,
चांस नहीं
maybe
बचेगा
took a jump. Maybe I know taking 2 jumps is a heavy spell investment. Was if he did take 2 spells could really narrowly focus your troops to go exactly where you want. The problem with the torch is it's nice to walk through walls, but they are really going to go and spread in many different directions. This one is an 80%, meaning now Vatic jumps back ahead in percentage, 68.8 to a 67.2.
Shit हो गया
Nest 4X holds all the cards. You triple, game over, you win, you advance. Well, you advance to take out Republic Gaming, which is going to be an absolutely tough matchup to face. But yeah, you
अब
can't
Vatic
think about that
कटेगा
right
भाई
now.
क्या होने
You
वाला
have to
है
focus right now. You have to focus on the stats, and Nest 4X is going to try to clutch it up for them.
Yeah,
Nest
don't look ahead to your next
4X.
opponent. Look at your current opponent. Look at Mookie's base. Vatic have the 8% advantage, so a 92% will put this one where CB7 will need a 3-star.
7
either way to
invisibility
win the
spell
war.
are left.
I mean, a
Or
3-star
Duke
puts
charge.
this one away no matter what. So let's see if Nesforax can get out of his funk and put a 3-star on the board.
He's going to try his best, pushing in with the
टाइम की
invis
छुपा
card.
रहे हो हटाओ से
Multi goes down, gonna work his way through the multi.
Oh, Fox गया
The loggers, they're gonna get pushed back by
Ah.
the logger itself.
ऊपर जाएगा वो भी
Go, hey,
ओ
yeah,
बचा
tries
लिया
to use invis up there. It tries to use
एक और
it,
बार
and yes, it does perfectly work to push this Duke further in. Tornado Trap's gonna even pull the Duke further, and
Ah.
then the invis is gonna try to get some
भाई
value, but it's
कितना वो है भाई
really
उधर
changing what he's able to secure.
Oh, he's getting pushed back here. He actually might miss a lot.
अगर वो लॉगर आया तो और मस्त
Remember,
होता
it was
पता है
Dragon Riders that Nesforax missed big with. It was that 71% attack. Then he went earlier and switched to
सही है
throwers. That's where he got the 3-star. So going back to the skies, let's see if Nesforax can get this clutch attack when his team needs it the most.
Yeah, he uses the roll chain in the backside to take out the backside spitter, so he doesn't have to overgrowth that. He could
भाई
overgrowth
स्पीटर बहुत ज़्यादा दिक्कत दे रही है
monolith in the revenge tower if he wants, but he has to path his way towards that town hall. He does. Okay, one Inferno Dragons at least have a town hall, but it's getting pushed back. And with Inferno Dragons, if it stops hitting his target, it has to recharge the beam to work through its defense
Okay.
or building.
कहाँ मिल
We
चुका
do
उसको
we have lost the warden, unfortunately. That is not good.
Oh, not good at all, Carbon. He still has Minion Prince ability. Minion Prince is stuck down there on the Ice Golems. He got caught up down there with the Ice Golems. He does still have that Meteor Step, which will just go in and get that passive damage
It's
on
neither
those
hero
defenses.
revive.
All that's going to go down, but Carbon, you see that big building, that Revenge Tower, it is going to be looming, and it is going to be
Revenger
devastating.
आ
The
गया
nice thing
यार
is the Dragon Riders will go straight for it, and he freezes
निकल
it
जाएगा
up.
निकल
So
जाएगा
should be
निकल गया
able to
निकल
get
गया
that
निकल
down
गया
really quickly. Nice. Good play there.
Ease game,
Now it's pretty
okay.
much on these last two heroes. Can they finish the base off?
Yeah, the Duke is chaining, trying to take out the air defense, but unfortunately cannot grab it. The Minion Prince got stuck on the defensive king.
look at that.
अनाकिन को 3 निकालना है भाई अभी
And the defending Minion Prince is there too, so we got a 2-star,
Oh,
meaning
man.
CB7 can win it with a... Well, actually, probably
अंतिया
percent. Let's
अनाकिन
take
को
a look
3
at
स्टार
what
They
the-
can win on
जीत
percent,
पाएगी
yeah. As long as this doesn't get to 92.
Oh my, wow. Unfortunately, Nest 4X again falls short and not going to get it.
Ooh, 90%. So, Carbon, that means that a 98%
हाँ, वो drag out
will
करेगा,
be the
yes, I
tie. A 99%
वो dragon check
will be
बहुत
the
अच्छा होता
victory.
है
So, essentially, they just need a 3-star here from Anakin. Can
Right.
Anakin show up and do it again?
99 for the win. You don't have the 3, Anakin. You can just get that 99%. It can't be a 99-1. It's got to be a 99% 2-star.
Yes,
Secure
straight
the
2-star.
victory
Oh,
and advance.
man.
Try to
99%
take down
2-star करके
King.
दिखा दो
So
भाई
pretty much, it is a to advance. They stay alive
Yes,
in
Dragon
this
Rider, ये
tournament.
क्या है वो?
But can he get it? Good luck. 7 Dragon Riders and starting off with that Dragon Duke.
Remember, it was Anakin with the Hydra that helped take out Transcendence. He got that clutch 3-star at the end. It was such a big attack, and now he has to do it again. He's going up against Kingsman's
वो अंदर आ
base.
गया.
It's going to be that Duke charge into the Dragon Riders, a definite favorite attack that we've seen time and time again. Double invis
मुझे
here
पता
to
उसका
redirect
favorite
that
है
Duke
ये.
right into that Revenge Tower. I love this open so far.
वो level launcher का वो जो था, उसने Fox को बहुत
We've
दिक्कत
seen
दिया.
so many times just in this war alone that the Revenge Tower is what absolutely shredded the backside of the troops. But
भाई
no
उसने
more.
निकाल तो लिया, देखो
That
अच्छा
is
एरिया.
gone. Another invis for the next Super Wizard Tower. So no Super Wizard Towers to worry about, no Revenge Tower, and even continuing to chase
अभी एक और है
down
तो Fox का इनविक और बाद यूज
Getting
होगा.
both of the Super Wizard Towers along with the Revenge Tower.
Ah.
Crazy good value. Oh, Duke is
Ooh.
redirecting, but it's
पर
actually going to push him back into the middle of the base.
उससे
Not that he
मतलब
has
नहीं
any
था.
more invisibilities, but he still will be able to get a little bit of change through here and just soften up that core compartment. I mean, you gotta like this.
Oh, with the push through, the Duke gets towards the core. He'll be able to explode and do
Wow.
extra
कलम करने की
damage
नहीं,
to
कल ओके.
support defenses down. Hold on, this is looking pretty solid for Anakin.
That multi-arc tower on the backside is barely hanging on there. It's like literally one shot there. The Phoenix may be able to get over there, but here comes the Dragon Riders. He got so much value out of that Duke. That was insane.
Oh,
भाई
that Duke was
ऊपर का एरिया बहुत ज़्यादा हैवी है पर
much
मोड़ने
used
वाला.
there with the invis totem in the core,
और
distracting the
sweeper
long
भी है
shot,
जब है.
continuing it right through the middle. Minute 20 left. Revives the Duke as well. Why not? Get some more change in the core. Has one totem. 7 rocket loops. I didn't even see how many rocket loops he has. He can start pinpointing around the base, and this is looking good for CB7.
Anakin is looking
Oh,
to
भाई
do it
साहब.
again. He's looking to pull off the upset one more time. Anakin showing.
भाई
why he's
3
a
निकाल दिया
true
भाई.
blood. He is coming through with another.
ओवर पावर्ड है भाई वाला भी.
CB7 squad, and they will defeat Vatic Esports and move on to our lower bracket
भाई
final.
साहब.
Taken down to Vatic just like that. Vatic, unfortunately, not able to get a single triple
Bhai
in
sahab.
this match, sending them home. And CB7 advancing on the final hit.
क्या ही फोड़ा है भाई.
Anakin doing it again, clutching it up for their team, and unfortunately, just
only.
not Vatic's
नहीं.
day here.
Wow. Look at Anakin, just cool, calm, collective. And
भाई,
with the
क्या
biggest
ही
sigh of
निकाला
relief,
है.
He's like, thanks, guys. Thanks for carrying me. I know I've been struggling, but man, his team, having Anakin in that 5 spot is just another level right now. Remember, he needed a 99 to win that war. So he essentially had to 3-star to get that war. And Carmen, that might have been the cleanest attack
W.
I've seen from that whole CB7 squad throughout the entire tournament so far.
Yeah, and they even won just barely on percentage too, but
अभी अपने पास काफी ज़्यादा टाइम है. ओके. तो मुझे एक बॉम्ब वापस अपनी लाना है भाई. ओके, 1 घंटा में जगह जा तो रहूँगा शायद से. ये एक्सपायर हो जाएंगे पर ओ भाई टाइम नहीं है अपने पास. अटैक कर देता हूँ, इससे अच्छा मैं थोड़ा बहुत अब.
क्लास ले अपना खुद ही, ठीक है.
Ah. Come there, Queen. Kill that CC. Oh no. Must. भाई साहब क्या ही हुआ है ये वो looks cool 5 दिन भाई कर दूंगा यूज अभी जंप करूँ या फिर रिकॉल करूँ रिकॉल लगा देता हूँ चलो छोड़ो हाँ let's go na 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 no ओह फॉक्स क्या कर रहा है Let's go. बड़ा काफी ज़्यादा पावरफुल जा रहा है हो गया How much time is left?
A far stretch to say the heavy favorites, the way our first couple matches have gone, and that momentum that they're carrying into today. But don't write off this MG Esports squad either. They surprised us time and time again yesterday. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do against Zeus here.
Well, you are not going to have to wait long, sir. We have got an extraordinary matchup starting in just a few moments. Here is the MG squad on screen now. And they look completely focused. You heard from Arrow yesterday when we had an opportunity to speak with him and learn a little bit more about this new squad and all that they have done to reform and recreate a new team worthy of that golden ticket position. They only need 2 more wins and they will have it. Zeus Esports on the other side now. Itsu.
Yeah, I think we have a small interview from Zeus Esports, so let's hear and listen in.
クラウスがいなくなったことで、ちょっといろいろ変わった部分もあるんですけど、新しく入ったリュウタ選手もとても クリエイティブでいい攻撃をするので、ぜひ新しくなったズースを応援していただきたいです。そうですね、私たちが長年世界大会をやっぱり参加していく中で、やっぱりどんどんプレッシャーには強くなっていってると思うので、今年も緊張に負けずに頑張りたいと思います。私が個人的に、クラッシュオブクラン e スポーツで毎年世界大会に出れているのはやっぱりチームメイトを信じているのもありますし、自分自身も、その周りに負けないように、努力しているからだと思います。
No reason to ever expect they could lose to anyone. With an undefeated streak and the highest scoring MVP of any team so far, Itsu, it looks like Zeus is on top and indomitable.
Bhai Sahab, best match.
I feel old because he says he competed in every single world. And yep, I mean, I competed against him as well, and this is now so many years back. It's just crazy to think about for how long we have been around and playing, and he has managed to compete and qualify for Worlds pretty much every year. So it's just really, really impressive to just the consistency with that team, and especially as well Gaku. So it's just amazing to see and learn and be inspired by them, Bash.
Oh yeah, I mean Gaku, just the pros pro. I mean, first met him back in 2019, like you said, at the first Worlds in Hamburg, Germany. It's such a great time, such a great experience. My first time meeting you gentlemen as well. Clash Worlds has come a long way, and I'm excited to see what this season has in store for us.
Well, our next match is starting very soon. Bash, Itsu, I know you both have come to appreciate the skill of these players and to also fear the underdog. But on the community side, it's all about skill and experience right now. A 70% vote for Zeus Esports. And you know what? I think MG Esports are actually picking up a little bit of community support. We saw them as one of the lowest scoring polls last match day with, I think, results down in the 20s. But now they're up to 30. They're picking up steam, and they have got momentum on their side. But can they keep it together? Is Arrow going to be that clinch hitter at the very end to deliver a victory, Mitsu?
I mean, that is for sure the big question. Can they live up and somehow make it possible? I mean, if you would have asked me before the day yesterday, I would have said never ever. They have no chance against a team like Zeus. But with this one, everything is possible.
Anything can happen. And with our next war starting now, all you gotta do is watch. Leap from MG Esports marches forth against Zeus for the upper bracket final!
Our winner will move on to the grand final a little bit later today and essentially have 2 lives. Loser will be pushed down to that lower bracket, so they'll still be alive. We're gonna have Leap coming in with the first attack, and we see that beautiful Dragon Duke charge. Leap has been a really strong attacker throughout this tournament. Now let's see if he can get MG Esports started right.
Oh.
Yeah, and we're starting again with one of those Duke charges, which can be so successful and powerful if you get the Duke in the right direction. So far, he is getting that queen and now into the core. Can he get anything further right there? Maybe with the explosion to Sweeper? Yes, Sweeper gone.
Sweeper.
Yeah, we see a Bitterhead right next to the Revenge Towers. That one will be healed back up again.
Man, those Revenge Towers, they are so nasty. But remember this MG squad, they kind of came in and they upset RPG. I mean, it's kind of a little bit of a luck out. I mean, RPG could have had that one maybe a couple different times, but at the end of the day, a win is a win. And then they went on to take out Vedic. I mean, this MG squad is hanging in there with some of the powerhouses in Clash right now, and you love to see new, fresh faces in Clash Esports.
Yeah, and especially if they can somehow compete versus those veterans, because there's a reason why we see only a few players returning every single year. It's just because they're so good and consistent with their performance that newer players are having a really tough time of challenging them. Right now, though, Leap is using a nice overgrowth to cover that backhand, the Monolith, the Fire Spitter, and reviving that Dragon Duke.
Yeah, but check out, there's some dragons, the Minion Prince, and the Warden. They all chase that Ice Golem up top. So the protection for those Infernos and the other dragons in the core it left them there. So that's a little bit of an unfortunate circumstance right there. But now he will have that pack of dragons to kind of circle around and join up with the Duke. So still not dead in the water here, but definitely unfortunate that he lost all that support in the core.
And needs to get that monolith out to protect that dragon Duke
मेरे को
so
तो
he can
Zeus
heal
का
back
लगेगा
up.
भाई.
You have still quite a bit of base left with only one spell, which is investing right now.
Oh.
That monolith is going down, but Bash, there's so much base left.
Yeah, I think those dragons pushing out to the outside really hurt this one. Obviously, he was expecting them to be in there in the core. Obviously, Minion Prince would have been there in the core with a lot more damage. Maybe he could have got through that monolith and helped the Dragon Duke get a little bit more value. He's going to try to run up a little bit more percent. That Minion Prince is nice and healthy, and he does have the Greedy Raven, which makes short work of those resource buildings. So hopefully can push this up to 80. Yeah, it does get to 80%. So this one could have been a lot worse, but man, you almost wonder what if those dragons didn't pull to the outside chasing that ice golem.
83.
Yeah, this is always the risky part when you're playing those Duke charges and in general air attacks that do not have an answer for those ground skeletons or anything ground related. If you're luring that away, it can backfire completely. In this one, 83%. I feel like in other matches it could have been okay, but versus Zeus, 83 kind of hurts, not gonna lie. Not starting with a high percentage or a 3-star. Let's see if Zeus is going to be as strong as yesterday, because we have some teams falling off a little bit with the other teams. They're figuring out, okay, that's the meta, what they enjoy. Maybe we're going to see a lot of witches, furnace and such thing on the defensive side now, which could maybe somehow give the Dragon Riders a rough time. But Zeus is just so consistent with those air attacks that the question really is there an answer for it?
And that's the big question. Ryuta coming in first, which we hadn't really seen that yet. Ryuta normally attacking a little bit later in the order, but that's not a big deal here. Ryuta's going to come in with the Hydra style attack here with the heavy dragons, and now setting everything up here. I didn't see the equipment if he's going with that Dragon Duke charge, but I don't see even any invisibility, so perhaps not.
Yeah, it seems like he's just setting up the Royal Champion with a Rage, which we see quite often as well nowadays. It is just to like get a quick stab at the base, make sure that
Revenger मिलने वाला है क्या वहाँ से?
funneling and such. That's
दो
exactly
arrows
what he
सिर्फ?
does right now. Look at that. He can now enter from this bottom right side, right in behind those fire spitters.
And you can see how serious that the Zeus Esports team is taking that Revenge Tower. It was the high priority to get that out with that Royal Champion. Set up the funnel, set up the pathing, and get that Revenge Tower down right away. Now all those dragons are going to be in. He's going to try to collapse them in and bring them all towards the center of the base, right in behind all those sweepers, which is a beautiful position.
He has taken a bit of damage from that logger because he invested the totem quite late. But now merging in, getting towards that tower, he still has that Minion Prince ability. The Dragon Duke on the far left has the ability as well. He's funneling those troops nicely. We have now the stun on the far left, but that core is dangerous.
Yes, it
MP
is.
ability
But
अभी
he
hold
did have
है,
a rage
डाल
in
दिया.
there. There goes that Dark Orb to slow down the defenses and the Queen on the back. That Minion Prince makes short work of the Duke here. He's got to get those dragons pushing through there. They're going to spread out just a little bit. And here a revive go off, and there goes the Duke right back in action. I mean, Itsu, this is looking really strong. Not too many defenses to shut this one down, and he's celebrating.
He is celebrating indeed, because on that back end there's just not enough damage.
Hi,
there is not this Revenge Tower which could somehow take those troops out, and this means that we have that first 3-star. That's exactly what we just said. 83% versus other teams might be not the worst start into the match, but versus Zeus, oh, that is the tough spot to be in, because right from the beginning Zeus are showing their class.
But it also shows why this is the upper bracket. I mean, if you look at our other two wars, we started the wars with 79 and 88 with RPG and VA. And then in our last matchup, we saw 83 and 86. So you would think like 83 would be all right. Not against Zeus. Remember, they put up that perfect 5th seed. You have to bring your A game. You have to score early. But not just a 3-star. Look at the time on that attack. 2 minutes is even more impressive. Ryuta just absolutely destroying Omkar's base there.
Yeah, I feel like this Royal Champion opening is now becoming like more and more common as well, like Legend, for example, because it is just such a consistent way in setting up the pathing for the dragons and really getting a lot out of the base. If you combine it with the Rage and even Earthquake, most of those defenses going down quite quickly. Now we see the next attack for MG Esports. It is back to air as well for them with the Dragon Riders. And we see a Duke charge again.
You know, it kind of seems redundant here with, you know, the Duke charges and the RC Stoner Shield and the throwers. But if you think about like the most basic principles of Clash of Clans, funneling 101, that's essentially all these teams are doing. Using that Duke charge to set a funnel, using the Royal Champion to set a funnel. And then once you get that funnel set, you can bring in those riders, you can bring in those dragons, and the closer they are together, the faster they get through those defenses. And that's why we see the better the funnel, the more effective these troops are on these bases.
Yeah, especially the more consistent and the more control you have. Like, this is quite important because I think that's something which we see a lot of times in challenges, like when we have challenge videos and such, people saying, hey, you could just spam everything in one corner and triple or something. But those things are usually not consistent. This is why the pros are doing such openings. Right now, again, we have the dragon between air and ground. Ground troops get lured away, which is really unfortunate. But what I try to say here is that you're trying to make it as consistent as possible, and this is why we have such openings in the game.
I think that's what also sets a team like Zeus apart, because like you mentioned before, they are playing Legends League so much, so they are seeing, not just seeing different bases, but they are doing like so many repetitions each day and setting up the funnel. Like they could probably do these setups in their sleep at this point because they have so many repetitions. And that's what it takes to get to this level of Clash, is you have to put in the work, you have to practice, you have to grind non-stop. It's a lot of work to get to be a professional in Clash of Clans. I know, it's our favorite video game, we play it every day, but when you want to step up to this level, it's a ton of work. Look at the abilities going off here. It's got to push through this town hall. I really like the setup here from Amkar. I know we're kind of talking other things, but he's just kind of working right on through this base here.
Yeah, this looks really solid. The town hall was nicely overwhelmed. The revenge shot was taken care of early. He took the risk of having the tower someone on the back end, but with the Fallen's up, he looked quite good. We have now the back end waking up somewhat soon. We have the hit point recovery on the Dragon Duke, and remember, he still has that revive. The Dragon Duke never went down because he was lured to the outside from the Ice Golems, which initially looked like a bad thing for him to happen, turning out to be maybe the savior for this attack.
Yeah, I mean, you know, usually that's a bad thing when he gets pulled out, but when it's the Dragon Duke and he gets a little bit of extra life out of it, it's a good thing. We see a little bit of bars there, but we're fine. Still has a revive in his pocket. The main thing here is going to be that air defense expo compartment. Also, I guess the clock is ticking here. 20 seconds. He's got to get through the space as the Duke's on the opposite side. It's really just the minion prince now. Ooh, yeah, I don't think he's going to have the time.
No, he does not, because in the end, we had one minion playing the bodyguard of that Dragon Duke, and with that, the Dragon Duke lost the passive non-stop. The damage was missing, and this means in the end, it is falling short. Really unfortunate outcome for him. Overall, it was a really great attack, with only a couple of things being unfortunate at the end of it, with the minion sabotaging him completely.
And that looked so good until it wasn't. That's always the story, right? It always looks so good until it wasn't. But just really a well-executed attack from Amkar. Just not quite enough to finish off there. Ultimately a time fail, but again, 94%. Normally really good, but against Zeus, and when you're already behind, you have to capitalize. I mean, that attack was right there on the cusp of being a 3-star. You really have to get that across the finish line and make it a 3-star. As we see Yada coming in with those patented super bullets. I don't want to say patented, but I should say trademark, as Yada bowler is definitely a thing.
Wow, that Invis making sure that his Queen healers are safe, but not turning the defending Queen invisible was quite nice. Another Invis is invested to make sure that those healers are staying safe as well. He's triggering some traps, the same as the poison tower. Question now, is he going to recall? Yes, he is. No healers lost so far, maybe with the poison effect.
Yeah, that was a little bit scary there for a moment as that multi-tier tower was firing away. Now we're going to go ahead and just go right into the Super Bowlers. Ice Golem out in front to protect. He's got everything in early. Remember that poison tower was pulled early as well. So I love this open from Yada. And there we see the jump spell. And rather than the torch, he's going to just use that jump to direct traffic.
think it's interesting that he's a fan of the triple launcher in this exact example. I would have expected to see the Sky wagon, which we see so much more from the pros. Otherwise, on this one so far, it looks quite promising. The jump is allowing him to delay that warden ability even longer. Then he can push into the rest of the base.
Oh.
Great control here, and there goes that warden ability, which will allow those bowlers to get healed up. One bowler kind of goes astray there, but not the end of the world, as the big pack is still tight and together. Dragon Duke working there on the top side has to find a way to get through the monolith, and now with the queen moving into that compartment with her ability, she should be able to make short work of that monolith. Looking really strong here for Yada.
I don't think he's
getting that action figure in just a couple of seconds whenever he needs it. We have that stun blaster still looking strong. The big on the far right side to take down that ricochet cannon is amazing for him as well. We have one more freeze, and a dream. The wall break would be there as well, but the action figure is making quick work of that wall. That should be this second 3-star of Zeus. We have just said it. You don't need high percentages against this team. You need 3 stars. Otherwise, it is just not looking good for you.
I was trying to look at the face cam to get Yada's reaction, and all I see is his knee kind of just blocking his head there. But then you see the arm raise of victory right there at the end, as Yada will get the 3-star on the board, and Zeus Esports push even further ahead with another 3-star.
It's just
15 पर है ना e-sport में ना होता तो वो 19 पर है पर वो उसका लेवल कम हो जाता है ना इक्विपमेंट जो नॉर्मल होते हैं उनका 4 लेवल कम होता है सिर्फ
who's having a chance against them because MG Esports so far not getting any 3 stars while Zeus being 2 out of 2. We have not had any like blowout matches. Most of the matches were super close. This one so far, after just 2 attacks, 2-star difference. Well, let's hope MG can somehow make this close.
Yeah, we were kind of talking a little bit before the broadcast started today, like
Rudy, let's go.
Team. And I think like a lot of us casters were kind of thinking maybe RPG, but man, the way that Zeus are playing and kind of the way that RPG started, Zeus look really infallible right now. It looks like they're going to just be near impossible to take down this month.
Oh, I think they're already the first traps.
Fox gaya.
He got 1 rotation, or I think maybe 2 rotations of the Fox. That's not enough. This Duke charge is going to be horrible for him. I don't think that he gets a big value or big pathing set up, because he has to now invest Invis, and even the tornado trap. Like, they fully baited this entry. The entry seems to be way too obvious, which is interesting because 2 sweepers pointing to that direction. But I mean, look at that. He's trying his best, but he's just not making it too far because at this point there are no more Invis spells left.
And I mean, just not only the value that he didn't get, it was a pretty heavy investment. Now the Duke gets pushed all the way to the exterior. So even if he revives him, if he doesn't deal with like that Dark Elixir drill, if he's trying to get the Duke back into the Revenge Tower for say, like I don't think that that's going to happen. He's setting up the pathing a little bit here now. The Royal Champion will come in, throw that Seeking Shield, and it looks like he should bring in the Dragon Riders right there over on the left-hand side of the base, closest to that 9 o'clock position. But
अगर आरसी निकाल लेता रिवेंजर को तो कुछ हो सकता है बस.
Royal Champion, she'll get a couple shots off, maybe get the scatter shot, but now the defending Duke is going to take her out.
Yeah, this is tough. A nice totem, though, to really distract that logger and keeps those troops safe. At this point, he has to invest the Eternal ability to somehow keep those Dragon Riders safe. We have the 1 versus 1 between the Inferno Dragon and as well the logger, but it seems like that more friends have joined and that logger is going down. Tano has to go down, though, as well.
Cover to कर लिया भाई
देखो. Greedy Raven's on it. Greedy Raven can stay up long enough, which it looks like he should get Greedy Raven to go ahead and get that Town Hall. Greedy Raven targets those resource buildings. Town Hall is considered a resource building, so that's why Greedy Raven is on there.
Ships.
Now, with the Revenge Tower down, the Dragon Duke has a little bit safer patches. I don't know if you saw it there, but he overgrowth and left the Revenge Tower exposed from the overgrowth so that those Dragon Riders can make short work of it. But this one definitely didn't go the way that Rudy was hoping for. That value, that bait on the entry just wasn't there for him, and unfortunately, they're going to fall even further behind.
Yeah, it is just a really tough position to be in, especially just mentally, because, I mean, we are watching the attacks of Zeus Esports, and, like, they just make esports look easy, right? Like, everyone who has tried this mode knows how hard it is to 3-star or even get higher percentages versus solid bases. But Zeus is just like non-stop 3-starring, and this obviously as well playing a mental role now for MG Esports, because they're now 0 out of 3. None of the attacks I would argue were like significant close. So Zeus just showing, oh, this is by the way how easily this works, and you can crush any base, and you're trying it and you're like, what is this? Why is this not working? So it is a tricky position to be in, and Zeus is just showing that they want to get this first golden ticket.
Yeah, I mean, I feel for MG Esports because you could probably give me 100 tries against the same base, allow me to change my army as much as I want. I probably wouldn't 3-star maybe one time after, you know, it's or something. But you're right, Zeus are just playing on another level. I'm kind of hoping the MG kind of still have that attitude from yesterday where they're just kind of happy to be here, no big expectation. Because if you kind of have that mentality where you don't have that big expectation and you're kind of just going free flowing, you won't get as down on yourself, and then maybe that'll allow them to make some moves if they do push down to that lower bracket, which seems inevitable at this point with Kazuma attacking.
Yeah, let's see if the traps around the tunnel can have an impact here, because remember that base was already used yesterday a couple of times. I think top right of the tunnel is the tornado trap, if I remember correctly. Maybe they have changed to the traps, but okay, the Duke is not even going there. But the base was used, I think, a couple of times yesterday, but was only attacked with ground. The invis, though, are not placed perfectly, so one of them being somewhat swagged, but he's getting just so much value.
I gotta say, man, your base recognition skills, like, that's just so OP that you remember where the tornado trap possibly was on this base. Like, yeah, the base looks familiar to me. I'm like, yeah, that base might have got attacked, but the fact that you're calling out tornado trap positions, that's just OP. That is OP. Kazuma gets great value here from that Duke charge. Now he's going to go ahead and start from the top with that Royal Champion, looking just to clean up the value. And we saw him kind of do this yesterday, where he just lets that RC kind of just take a lot of damage and then almost go to Phoenix there and then finish up with the Rocket Spears. So it's kind of an awkward approach, but it seems to work for him.
Yeah, but that Tesla was really placed in a nice way, because it completely got the entire ability pretty much tanked and everything. So that was a really, really nice thing for the defender here. The question now though is, does he have enough power to get the 3-star? Warden ability is going to be used right now. We have that minion prince then for the core.
दोनों स्पेटर्स बीच में भुट्टा बना देंगे आर्मी का मेरे ख्याल से तो. Okay, एक स्पेटर को कर दिया ओवर ग्रोथ. और ड्यूक से वो स्पेटर निकालेगा. भाई ये क्या था? स्वीपर ओपन टीम की साइड है भाई. स्वीपर ज़ूस की साइड से खेल रहा है.
Especially now with the Dragon Duke on the top side of the base. Remember that monolith dealing extra damage based on HP.
ये आर्मी का पीछे कैसे आ गया भाई?
Dragon Duke. The big thing here is going to be the timing on the Revenge Tower. The Revenge Tower looks like it's going to be one of the last buildings to be taken out.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to stay up for quite some time, which is not the best thing for it to happen. We have Summon from Dragons at the bottom side, the Duke on the far top right side is going across, but seems like he is not going to make it into the poison, and as well Revenge Tower. That backhand looks so strong. But this is the thing, the fail, or at this point we should maybe call it a non-3-star for Zeus Esports, is still like a 95% 2-star, which for other teams would be already a success. So yeah, it is tough.
Oh
yeah,
no.
And I mean, look at the attacks. Their best attack for MG so far was 94, and we see Kazuma pushing up to 96. But I mean, even Zeus can fall victim to the Revenge Tower, as you see here. That Revenge Tower is no joke. You have to have a plan to get it out of the way. You have to have the spells to invest in it. With a 96%, not only are they up by stars, but now they are up huge on percent. They're up 43% after 3 attacks. MG are going to need to get some 3-stars on the board and really hope for some kind of epic collapse here from Zeus.
Yeah, like, thinking about how realistic that is, if you look at the roster and you know that Stars hasn't even attacked yet, that is high hopes then for your defense. Let's say it that way. But MG, they have to now for sure go 2 out of 2 and then hope for the best. That's pretty much what they have to do at this point. Just make sure that you get those 3-stars somehow. We have the Super Bolus again from Arrow. We have the Monolith Arrow with the Angry Jelly on that Archer Queen. And we have the recall as well. Let's see what he can get from this base
Oh.
amount of damage.
Oh! Did she go
Well-
down? Oh no.
Yep.
Oh no. Well, that's pretty devastating there, Itsu. How do you even recover from that? I mean, I guess it's a giant walk at this point from the action figure. Definitely have to protect the healers for sure. He's going to go ahead and recall. You can't lose those healers because then your Super Bowl is going to go down really quick. But this entry, look where that Town Hall is. No matter where he goes in, that is a tough entry to get to the Town Hall.
I mean, those are the moments in Legends where you're really considering, should I rage quit and just go into the next attack? Because I really don't want to play this attack anymore. You have like pretty much 0 chance of 3-starring, and it's so tough. It is so tough. Even the funnel right now is not set whatsoever. His Super Bowlers are getting lured towards the bottom side, and even with the overgrowth, he has those heroes there. So the Super Bowlers might just walk towards the heroes. Even though he overgrowth that part of exactly
ये
that's
1 star
happening
आएगा
right
भाई.
now. Oh no.
That is a tough break from Arrow. And that's the tough thing about those queen charges. You know, like everyone thinks, oh yeah, just do queen charge. It's so easy and skilled and fun and great. But if you're in esports mode where defending heroes are dealing more, defending defenses are dealing more, and even that equipment is nerfed a little bit on the levels, it is so hard to execute these attacks at the highest level.
He's trying to still at least get that 2nd star, because remember, even if they're going to lose this match, they are still not out of this competition, which means they do not want to go out of this match with 9 stars. This is not what you're going for. This is not what the momentum should be for you, because they're going to drop to the low bracket and they're going to have to face either I think Reported or VA Esports. So yeah, you do not want to have that happen what happened to him right now. That 1 star, super unfortunate. And this means Zeus Esports are just, I mean, this match is just the craziest, most 100 match we had so far.
ये तो गलत हो गया बहुत ज़्यादा
I guess if
भाई.
you look at it optimistically, you know, this late in a war against Zeus, who's dominating, you know, get the shakiness out now, and then, you know, be ready for the next matchup, which will be an elimination matchup. You know, if we're trying to be optimistic out of anything out of a 1 star, it's just a tough break there for Arrow. A lot of damage on that queen. And we just saw her almost immediately get taken out. But also, I mean, these Zeus bases today are just kind of on another level right now.
Yeah, but at the same time, we kind of have to protect him a little bit here, because if you have something as far on the edge, it is sometimes really tricky to deploy those spells, because you kind of have to do it on the edge where you want to cover the healers and the queen, but if you place it too far on the outside, it doesn't let you deploy the spells. So it can be tricky if something like that happens that far on the outside. So, yeah,
Same
it is
army.
unfortunate. I don't wish this to anyone, but in the end, it did happen. He was not able to recover it. And now we see Gaku with, I think, no, it is not his legend army, because I think he's not using a poison legend. But the Super Bowlers with the recall queen charge, that is something he plays really well.
Yeah, another one of these queen charge attacks is just so hard. It's so skilled to pull off, but it's so fun when it works right. Gonna recall her. We'll bring in the Super Bowlers a little bit later, but first, all the value needs to be obtained out of this compartment.
निकालो 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 गई बच गई
The playing
queen.
castle looks to be pooled here with the Furnace Mites now coming out.
The poison is there. He's using now a totem to tank those headhunters and the fire mites, and as well lure the ice golem away. The ice golem on his own is popping, which means the headhunters are getting frozen. We see a rage right there. We have the queen fighting in there as well. He has lost that queen ability earlier on. And this means a few of those healers were taken care of as well. And gosh, those healers are low.
Yes, one red air bomb and those healers can be taken out. Oh, what is the Warden doing? Okay, Warden's going to get back on track here. Some of those bowlers might get left behind here. If the Warden doesn't go over there and clip them, they're going to be stuck on the outside of the base, which is going to be very unfortunate for Gaku. Now they'll be able to step into that next compartment, but they really missed that surge into the middle.
They did. We have no more spells, and this seems to be Gaku falling short completely that opening did not work. That's always the big thing with those queen charges. If you do try to do them a little bit longer in the esports modifier, those defenses are dealing so much damage. And where, like with the debuff on those heroes, Queen is not having the highest hit points of those heroes, so she's going down so quick. That has cost him quite a bit. And yeah, it's another. I'm surprised that MG is rerunning so many bases. I think we have seen this base yesterday where the monolith was reachable from the air defense compartment. I can't remember who did the queen charge, but yeah, a lot of bases are getting reused apparently.
Yeah, and especially with them being in the upper bracket. Or maybe they're just kind of conceding against Zeus. I don't know that you ever concede an upper bracket match, but you would think that they would have enough bases left to go ahead and run fresh bases, run some of the best bases against Zeus. You don't want to give them these layups. I mean, obviously, Gaku failed there. A completely different entry than we saw yesterday on that base, but just the way that Zeus started against these bases, and even the couple fails, we had a 96 and then a 78 there. So, I don't know. Interesting strategy there, rerunning some bases for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we have heard already in the interview that they were kind of surprised by how all of this went. So maybe they just don't have that many bases prepared because they never expected to get that far. I don't know. No clue. But either way, we have MG's next attacker in. It's the super bonus again with that queen charge opening. Let's hope that he can keep that queen alive because that strategy is a beauty to watch if the queen does not go down early on.
That's the big thing, as we saw in the last attack from Arrow for MG Esports. That queen instantly went to ability and instantly got taken out. But this one definitely looks like it's more under control. And that Angry Jelly allowing that queen to target those defenses. Now it's going to wear off. Baby Dragon will help out with the funnel on the outside here. He's going to continue, actually going to go ahead and recall. I was going to say, maybe try to continue over to get the Dragon Duke. But goes ahead and recalls and now going to get that Monolith taken out with these Rocket Spears.
He even got the Baby Dragon with him as well. So yes, now some. Oh, wait a second. Those healers are switching. Yes, the test bait. Wait, that Baby Dragon was the MVP. He got 2 Black Mines out. Wait a second. That's so good. Healers are staying safe.
Coco, Baby Dragon, OP. Now Phoenix pulling another Seeking Air Mine there. I mean, he's just pulling so many traps out of this base right now. He's got a straight shot through the Town Hall, and the Super Bowlers are making that nice approach through here. Overgrowth onto the Revenge Tower and the Rage Tower there. Poisoned out. Look at all of those archers still coming out, and finally a couple of Ice Golems.
Yeah, I think they expected to have a Duke charge versus the Town Hall versus Zeus. No, wait, the other way around. Because Zeus likes to do those Town Hall charges, so that's why they're trying to defend that. Because Duke charges, you can defend that quite well with a lot of archers, so he's getting distracted. And that's why we've seen that from them on the defensive clan castle here. Whereas Super Bowlers, you can get through them somewhat quickly. And the Super Bowlers, though, get back to the core. That would be so important.
Well, yeah, and Duke should be able to keep them in line. He has some nice chains there, along with those bowlers bouncing through. Now he can just keep them raged up and pushing through the middle. Nice invisibility here to get to that Revenge Tower. That overgrowth just in time. A beautiful play here from Adil. I mean, this is looking really strong and should be their first and only 3-star of the match.
That attack was just so clean. I mean, that was just super, super strong. He has that queen ability still to get through the back end. And I think this is where, like, the opening, everything went so smooth that I just thought we watched Zeus here. That was just completely on me. Because we have seen so many silly mistakes from MG Esports, but this attack now really has showcased of what we have seen from them yesterday. Because they are in this position for a reason. They were so good. We have predicted against them every single time yesterday as commentators. And we were proven wrong as well, pretty much every single time, because they were so clean with their attacks. They were clutching out attacks. And I feel like we have missed that so much from them during this match, besides that last attack. And this is really unfortunate because they showed it right here. There is a reason why they are in this upper bracket final. And if they can somehow get the energy from that last attack for the lower bracket match they still have later today,
my favorite.
I still think they could maybe get back into that finals and force and somehow maybe challenge Zeus in that grand final rematch then. But for now, we're watching the perfect man ride himself. Stars has not failed a single attack just yet.
had a single attack throughout this whole qualifier. All 3 stages, Stars has been
You're doing us, bro.
perfect. It is really nice seeing a little glimpse of what we saw yesterday from MG. We did have Amkar be really close with that 94, but finally getting on the board with a 3-star definitely feels good. Knowing that they're going to move down to that lower bracket, they'll get a little bit of momentum on their side. At this point, a 1-star, the Town Hall down, secures the victory, but let's be honest, it's Stars. We know Stars wants to keep that perfect streak alive. He has not missed at all. Gonna have to deal with these headhunters and those archers, and the explosion will do just so.
Is he now the... Wait, is it intended that he's having the minion prints there?
Didn't
or was
feel
that
like that was right.
misdeployment?
Yeah, that felt like a
kind of
misclick.
strange. So, I didn't know that he can misdeploy something. That man is usually always picture perfect with his deployments. Maybe it's just something which we cannot really understand, which is just so on such a high level. But at least for now, things are looking great because that Roger Minion Prince combination has taken care of
Warden is
a lot
down.
of that right side of the base already. Could use other spells to support him, but for now, it's only the Dragon Riders.
Dragon Riders have to push through all these heavy defenses. You see the overgrowth there on the back. I did hear the revive click, and there goes the Dragon Duke coming back.
अगर ये
as
अभी भी
well.
3 हो गया ना
He'll join
भाई.
up with all these riders, and once that sweeper gets taken out right now, he'll be able to push in with least resistance. The big thing here is those riders need to tank that monolith for the Dragon Duke.
अब तो नहीं होगा
Opponent
3.
though is defending itself, shooting down Dragon Rider after Dragon Rider, and this means the streak has an end. The one mistap had actually an impact on the attack. I would have loved to see the attack, see like how it would have ended without that Minion Prince on the far right side. But overall, it still means that we're going to have Zeus in that grand final. 12 stars total to the 10 stars on the other side. A really explosive start to the match, but after that, they slowed down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a misstep there on the Minion Prince. I mean, you saw the ability of the Dark Orb shoot over and really get nothing. So yeah, we're left to wonder, what if that Minion Prince didn't get misclicked there? You think that Dark Orb would be enough to slow down that monolith and allow him to get through there? Not to mention the meteors coming in from that meteor staff. May have been enough. I mean, still 85% on a misclicked hero. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, really strong by him, and just the way on how he did that Duke charge with like the one rotation with the Invis, using the Invis on the archers and such. It is just, you can see in such small detail how good those players actually are, and I'm just hoping that we see many more of those small skill expressions over the next couple of matches, because this now was the upper bracket final. Zeus Esports is making it